Yeah. Do it, Kirklin.
This fucking
Yeah,
shipwrecked crew over here.
I never noticed it with the headphones on before because you just couldn't hear it. But man,
You can hear it.
You got the
It squeaks.
squeakiest chair.
mine.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 327th episode of the Geek First podcast. I am the Clown Prince of Podcast, Travis B. Snail.
Travis B. Snell, Adam, Harcaster Dilmas.
I am your friendly neighborhood caster, Kirklin Patzer.
I'm the Taylor fucking Field.
Oh, fired
This
up.
is a new Taylor.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got tons of stuff popping up on the channel. We just did a Mandalorian review, so you can check that out. We reviewed every single episode. Those two, meaning Kirkland and Dylan, just reviewed Knives Out. I just reviewed Irishman. Next week will be more Mandalorian reviews, and then soon we're going to have Last Jedi commentary track, Rise of Skywalker predictions.
Oh my God. Star Wars City.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Star Wars taking a break next year.
You guys reviewed the game as well a couple weeks ago. Check that out.
Yeah. We're more in the Taylor almost gave that game a 6.5.
That's actually crazy to me because
Yeah.
I'm hearing nothing but praise about that game.
I think people, there's valid points to be praising and everything, but there are certain things that you can't turn a blind eye to that should be addressed, acknowledged, that can be fixed and really and patched
Don't
up.
spoil our review.
Quite buggy.
But
Yeah.
there are bugs, but I definitely think that I ended up giving it a 7, and I think it was a very well-deserved 7.
That's very low for what I was expecting. So
It was. When he said 6.5, I was like, whoa, I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
What'd you
Yikes.
give it? Just
What?
curiosity.
You got to listen to the review. So, I
How
don't
dare
give it away
ye.
for free. If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Our
what was I
podcast
gonna
is
say?
free on the internet. Check it out.
But that's why you go to Patreon, because you get the really good stuff on Patreon.
The good
Especially
stuff.
2020, we're going to record a bunch of good stuff. Hey, we're talking about January. We have nothing. We're going to record a bunch of stuff there. So we're going to have a launch trailer in 2022. We got tons of stuff. We might have even some GV Olympics popping off because Taylor
Ayo.
still says he could beat me in a race. So I'm very
I don't know about
didn't-
this.
No,
That's
no.
cool.
I didn't say I could beat you. I said I could bet Kirkland could beat you in a
You
race.
did say you could beat me in amateur wrestling, though, which I was very
I
surprised.
don't think I ever said amateur
Well, I
wrestling.
have
That's
it-
a fucking long shot. Why would I say that to the guy who lives and breathes
'Cause
wrestling?
You said you had girth.
Yo.
Oh.
I remember
That's
that.
a
Taylor, I
bold
don't want to
claim.
insult, but me and you are kind of the opposite of girth, are we not? Am
I don't
wrong?
know. You gotta have
Am I
girth.
wrong?
You have to have girth in all the right places. You know.
It's
So,
true. So you have a
listen-
nice,
You know?
Yeah.
So this is a quick insight. We were talking about California kickball and all this stuff in the summer.
Shout
So
out to
because
California kickball.
it's the Summer Olympics, we might actually do a video series of doing Olympics and points. But I'll tell you this: if we do an amateur wrestling match, it won't be points based. It'll just be a prize Olympic one. So you got to start out working on a GV Olympics logo. Is what I'm saying, because I have it planned out because the Olympics are in July. I think it's 24th to the beginning of August. So we're gonna film this all in June.
Where is it? It's like in Japan.
Japan, 2020.
Yeah.
Shout
So
out
we're
to
gonna film. We're gonna
Japan.
do hopefully dodgeball. We're gonna do a race. We're gonna do some sort of water sport. So because Saris was all over this too. He's like, oh, I'm down. So
Bocce ball. Yeah, he was really.
yeah,
on
bocce
board.
ball. Yeah, that's
Fuck bocce
that's
ball.
a perfect summer.
Oh.
Are you not gonna join the
Dylan.
GV Olympics?
I'm not entering bocce ball. I'll tell you that much. I'll enter everything else.
Oh man.
Play
Shot
booty.
put.
Shot put. Yeah, just throw like game cubes or something.
The handles.
Yeah, so we got a lot of stuff in 2020. Go look out for that. Today we're doing a newscast. We're going to start off with video game news. We're going to talk about the video game awards and do our predictions. We got some quick movie cast or movie new. Taylor's Precious Godzilla and King Kong was delayed by 7 months. So,
Oh,
and we got some DC news. Is JJ Abrams directing next Star? Or fuck,
is JJ
I believe he
Abrams
is.
directing the next Star
I
Wars?
believe he is, and it comes out in 3 weeks' time.
is he directing the next Superman? I don't know. We're going to talk about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you guys have anything to say before we get into the VGAs?
Let's get into the. Isn't it the TGAs, the Game Awards?
The
The
VGAs,
Oh,
Video
it
Game
is-
Awards.
It is
TGAs.
it is the TGAs. Oh,
It should be the
man.
VGAs, Video Game Awards,
Yeah.
but it's the Game
This
Awards.
game is a very just loose term, I feel like.
right.
Don't you think?
Like, shouldn't they allow hopscotch and
Yeah.
fucking
We just had this
Dice or
discussion about
something?
the Golden Geeks. What do we, Dylan? I know you're a big gaming fan. Did you want to talk about anything in general about the awards, or are you going to bring up all the stuff when we get to the categories?
Well, everything when we get to the categories,
Mhm.
but the only thing I'll mention is one, I've heard some talks that perhaps the last Smash character is going to get announced here via
Yes.
trailer, so that's pretty exciting. And the other thing I'm excited for is a couple devs from Arcane Studios. Who, one of the guy, I think he was the creative director, something like that. Anyway, he was one of the high up titles. He worked on
He's a big
Dishonored
deal.
and Prey. And then left after Prey, and he started his own studio, and they're going to be
Yeah.
announcing their new game there. So I'm excited to see what the heck that is, because I don't know what it will be, and obviously it's not going to be in a AAA status like Arcane Studios, but that guy just has a great mind for, but at least for me, like what I find interesting in games. So I'm excited to see what that is. And then who knows what else? You said maybe there's some Batman.
Yeah, there's some
inklings,
guy who's
which
had a-
always seems to happen. There's always
Yeah.
like Batman's gonna get.
There's
next
some guy that had a scoop that the game a few months ago is called Arkham Legacy, and this is the same guy that says we're getting a trailer. This seems to happen all the time. This is not the Rocksteady
happened for the
one.
Sony thing in like September, whenever that was.
Yeah, so and they did months ago tweet out logos. So if you want to see our reactions, we're planning if everything goes accordingly. It's on the books that we're going to be doing a watch along. So tune in there. We'll have
Yeah.
more details that week, but just come over to YouTube and come join us. We'll be
Mhm.
watching along, things like that, and then we'll talk about the actual games on a cast after or something
Yeah.
like that. If you're not checking out the watch along,
Yeah, we're
stuff, but-
forever tied to the Game Awards now since they announced Ultimate Alliance last year.
Yeah. And whose
So.
boat was it? Who no one will ever knows. So
Yeah,
this is
that's an old meme right there.
Yeah, so this is our third one for they did it for Spike Awards, but that was kind of a lame one, and Keely wasn't that happy with it. So this is the full-on show. This is the third one. I think we didn't do predictions the first year. As always, humble guy. I want to remind everybody that I won predictions last year, so I plan on winning it again this year.
You did good last year, man.
I
I'll give
do
it
my
to you.
research. So, let's start with the big head honchos. I sent you guys the link if you want to follow along. But if not, game of the year: Control, Death Stranding, Super Smash Bros. I don't know why it's like this. It's not
You got
order. Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and The Outer Worlds. So that's for
Mhm.
overall game of the year. And if you guys
Yeah.
want, you can give your prediction. You can give your win and what you think will win. Blah blah blah. You know the shebang.
You know the spiel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Game. I can start out here. Game of the year. I've played all these games except for one. I haven't beat all of them yet. Like I haven't beat Sekiro, and I just got Control like last week, so I'm still kind of plugging through that one. But yeah, this is an interesting category. It doesn't feel like there's a runaway like win or favorite like there has been in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Because last year God of War won, or was it Red Dead?
It was God of War, and it
God of War
was
won.
either that or Red Dead.
And then the year before must have been Breath of the Wild, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and those were like pretty much runaway wins.
And
so.
the year before that was Witcher 3, which was same thing. Everyone was kind of like, this is probably the clear winner. So that's the thing where I think this is the first year in quite a while where I think it's up in the air. The winner.
And it's interesting. I'm in a weird spot on a personal level because, go check out me and Travis's 2.5 hour long Death Stranding review.
Mhm.
I absolutely love that game. But then Smash is on here because Smash came out at the tail end of 2018, so it's technically eligible for this year. So I'm in this weird boat where my favorite game of 2019 is definitely not Smash because it didn't come out this year. But when it comes to Game Awards, I have to kind of pick one. So for me, I would have to pick Smash for my own personal one. As for the Game of the Year, it's really tricky. I feel like it's between Resident Evil, Smash, and Death Stranding. I feel like Death Stranding might be just a bit too wild on the scale.
Divisive.
Yeah, divisive. So I think I'm gonna vote that one out. So to me, my prediction's either between Smash and Resident Evil, and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna play with the heart of the cards on this one. I'm gonna vote for Smash.
Wow.
My man, Smash.
Yeah, I don't think that's a chance for that one. I think people will write off just because it was older. I think for me, it's.
But Resident Evil's almost as old as Smash.
But I mean, older in the sense
It's a
of.
month difference.
That's where I want
in
to.
terms of age.
That's what I want to start with. Is I don't know why. I think I know why because it's kind of the end of the year. It's December, big month. I wish they would push these awards back so we don't get this because we had this with Fallen Order. People debated it was like, oh, the cutoff's the 15th. That's when the game comes out. But some reviewers got it 2 weeks before. Some people got it a week before, so they didn't get a chance to review it. I wish in the future that this stops happening because I think whether it was this year or last year, Smash deserves to be there. But I just think it, like Dylan's saying, it makes it a weird situation where we have a 2018 game hanging out here, and I just feel like that's why some people might write it off. It's like, well, I don't know. So I hope they push them back a little bit so we don't get this happen again.
Yeah,
It's
so weird because November is always when. Maybe I shouldn't say always, but a lot of big games, big AAA games release in November. So it just seems wild that that's when the cutoff is.
Yeah,
like at
I
the
agree.
start of November, mid-November.
Yeah, I think for me personally, I'm gonna go with Resident Evil 2 because I just think that has the most hype. For me, the three are Resident Evil 2, Death Stranding, and Outer Worlds. Actually, just because I hear a lot of good people say stuff. Sekiro has a lot of hype, but I think it would have had a window and it kind of went
I think
away.
it's a little more niche, right? Like not
Yeah.
everyone's gonna get the full experience out of that game.
I have it winning a different category, but my want is Death Stranding. I've been on record that might be my favorite game of all time now, but I think it is like what Dylan said. It might be too controversial. still, I think it's going to win in a big category that we're about to talk about. But for my prediction, I'm going to go Resident Evil 2, just from the same thing why I went God of War last year over Red Dead. Just seemed like it had a bit more hype, and it shows that there's no recency bias as far as that's a game that came out in January. That's the thing. I've seen lots of hot takes on Death Stranding. I think it's just the people that love that game really love that game, so that's why it's the most nominated game. I don't know how people can claim recency bias when God of War won last year, and that was in February, and Resident Evil was January, and Smash wasn't even in this year.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand that argument. I just think people are salty, and that's fine. I get salty about stuff. I'm still mad Logan never got nominated.
It's just it's weird when people just say that it's like bias for like Jeff Keighley or something.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't vote.
No, not at all.
And maybe who knows? Maybe there's a fucking chance he's tampering with shit. But I find that highly unlikely.
And even then, people, if you want to talk about like the what is it? The purity of the Game Awards, it's not pure. There's no award show that is pure. The Golden Geeks isn't. There's critics from last year on many podcasts that say, yeah, I haven't played half these Game of the Year nominees, and it's like these fuckers do this as a job, and I've played more nominees than them. I don't know. So that's where it's like, at the end of the day, it's just a fun contest. It's not gonna hurt you. Even same thing as Oscars. People don't watch all those fucking movies, so it's just the hot hand. So my prediction is Resident Evil 2. My want is Death Stranding.
All right, this is fun. I've only played one game on here. And
which one is it, Kirklin?
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Hell
and
yeah.
I gotta say, this was by far my favorite game of the year because this game is very interesting.
It kind of swayed you.
For
right?
those that didn't know, I had the biggest hate for Smash.
There's 3.5 years of recorded proof.
Yes, exactly. I hated Smash. Every time I played it, I just got bopped. I could not stay on the platform. I could not track where my character was. So definitely just like a user
error.
A user error. I was not cut out to play Smash. But you know what? This game just changed.
We
it
popped
for me.
off on the 24-hour stream.
Yes,
eh?
we did, sir.
Hell yeah.
I fell in love with this game. Just like just the look of it, like just the level of detail they had in this game was just so great. I love when they like zoom in when you get like a KO and you see like the best in my opinion is DK. Like when you punch him in his gut and his eyes just like go huge. Like it's just it's just hilarious. And I gotta say that's definitely my want because like I said, I mean little asterisk. That's the only game I played of the year that's on this list. But yeah. So I'd say that one is the one I want. You could throw Death Stranding on there because I'm just a huge Hideo Kojima fan, and I just want him to be successful. Obviously, that game was successful, so winning Game of the Year, I feel like him making shit tons of money off of this game and like just having so much respect for from the users towards him for like him actually breaking away from Konami.
Yeah,
like Konami and like doing his own thing because there was just some controversy in there, and so I just have huge respect for him, and I just want him to be successful. So that's another one of my wants. The one I think is gonna win is Resident Evil 2, actually, because out of every game on this list, it's the one I hear the most praise for, as well as it's not the most niche category. Like Death Stranding, it's we always talk about like Kojima is basically like the Tarantino of like the video games. Like it's just so unique in his own style, and like it could just never really be like made through someone else's vision. So that one I think is a little niche. Control, I'm not too familiar with that game. I feel like that's a kind of a
I feel like Control's like Spider-Man last year where it got the win by getting nominated. Like the fact it got nominated is big and it gets more eyes on it, but I don't think it's a big threat to win this in my opinion. Just from like just chatter level.
Yeah. Sekiro, I don't know too much about this game. I think it's like a Souls type game, and that's definitely like it's got its fans, but it's not like everyone can get in and enjoy it. Like I played some Souls games, but there's literally been times that like I just could not get into it because I just couldn't do it. Like I wasn't skilled enough to do it, or I wasn't patient enough to like learn the mechanics. So that's definitely not a game for everyone. And then The Outer Worlds, that one I could actually see possibly winning because.
Is there a chance that, because this happened to Oscars before, there's always a chance that some of these split the votes and like the third person kind of goes in there. And that's where I see Outer Worlds. It's like, let's say Death Stranding gets a lot, Resident Evil gets a lot, but because people got split, Outer Worlds just gets a bit more. Just because when the game came out, I just remember people just saying, I can't wait to get back to it, I can't wait to play it. I'm going to be playing it next week. So that's why I just think it has that chance to be that sleeper pick. But
here's the thing. I love the game. I just don't think it's a good enough game for that, honestly.
Fair enough.
It's a bit too small. It's a bit too short. And I think that's what's like holding it back from being on that level. I think the fact that it's in here is great. The fact that they're now part of Microsoft, the fact that like I mean it reviewed amazingly, sold really well.
It's a
Like,
good way
all
to
of that,
start
all
your
that's
company,
fantastic.
yeah.
Like Obsidian's next game could be like just on that next level where it is an
Mhm.
easy game of the year contender. But for right now, I think the fact that it's on here is great, but I don't think it's quite on that level, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
And for you being the one that's played it, I think, if not only, the
Taylor's
most.
played it.
Oh, have you?
Well, fuck me, right?
Yeah, wow.
I have not heard you talk about
Didn't
this game
listen
like
to
once.
Outer
I
did-
reviewed it with Dylan.
He did a cast with
Okay,
me.
no, sorry, I have not listened to it because I've not played that game.
It's okay. I still.
So yeah, that's interesting take. But for me, Resident Evil 2, I think is the one that's gonna take it. And then my want, I would put Death Stranding, but I haven't played it, so I'm gonna throw Super Smash just because that's totally changed my whole opinion on this type of game, and I fucking love that game. Like I actually play it like
yeah.
probably
The title,
multiple times a
the
month.
title is accurate,
easily.
right? It brings all
Yeah.
the characters back, has all the best stages, has just it's the biggest crossover in gaming
Yeah.
history. It just has an infinitive amount of amazing music. Like it is just quite the package of
Yeah.
a game, right?
So
Yet still no Waluigi.
that's my game of the year.
bastards.
Yeah, maybe he's coming. What if he gets announced at the Game Awards?
I think
and
he-
then that wins Game of the Year.
I do think
That'd be a fucking huge swing.
Or it wins Game of the Year and then they announce it in like their acceptance
Sakurai
speech.
comes out in a Waluigi costume.
I don't know if it's happening in Game Awards, but I do think Waluigi's coming now when they announce more DLC. I really do. I have faith.
Didn't know
Taylor,
for the fans.
who's your want and what's your prediction? Or are they one the same?
My want is Smash Bros. My prediction is Resident Evil.
Okay,
That was
so we're
so
all-
quick.
And
I love it.
I had a lot of time to think about it. Where
Yeah.
everyone was putting their votes.
I
in.
was doing like a full-on Oscar speech where the music was coming on. They're like,
I
"Keep that
respect
guy
it.
away from the mic."
Yeah.
okay, so best game direction: Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and Outer Wilds. I actually
Yes.
think Outer Wilds got the nomination just because people screwed up like me and also thought it was the Outer Worlds, because this category is the exact same as
The
best
people who
game.
nominate this shit are not that.
You never know.
aloof,
You never
okay?
know. I'm just saying it's the exact
Aloof.
same thing. This is where I think Death Stranding gets the win. It's because up until last year, we had never seen a game not win best game than best game direction. Last year, we saw it with Red Dead won best game direction, but God of War won best game. I think even the people that dislike Death Stranding, even some of the most hardcore haters, can see that Kojima pour his heart and soul into it, and the gameplay is very unique, very different, where all these could be great games, but they're great at something that's already happened. And I know some people are down Resident Evil 2 because it's a remake. I'm not as well at all. As long as you put enough effort to change it up, I think it's a warrant nominee.
Yeah,
but
definitely. It's not like a cheap cash grab. Like,
Yeah.
they put a lot of time.
so
into it.
this is where I think Kojima gets the praise here, is in best game direction. I think that's less
Yeah.
divisive instead of best game of the year. I think that could be a divisive win. This is like, okay, he
Mhm.
worked really hard. It has a big vision. We'll give it to Kojima. That's my prediction and my want.
Yeah.
I want Death Stranding for every award.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
It's clean sweep.
Game direction. So this is an interesting one because I don't have the definition right in front of me, but I think, obviously the people who pick these nominees and pick these winners, like they have a prompt that they read from, right? I don't know. I think people could interpret it differently. From what I've played out of here, like Sekiro it's a great game, but to me it's another Souls-like game. The changes are that it's like a little more stealth focused and it actually has a bit more of a story to it instead of the kind of lore that most Dark Souls games are. The story is told through like item descriptions or just a boss's name, just little stuff like that, right? But to me, in terms of game direction, it doesn't really feel like it's cracking away from the pack. So I don't really think it deserves it in that sense. And Control, from what I've played so far, I'm about maybe 6-7 hours in, it's a really creative game. It's a lot of fun, but I don't think it's like going in a new direction. Whereas I look at the rest of these three, and I think they're doing something interesting. Like Resident Evil, obviously it does a remake, but I feel like it really went to show like how to do a remake properly in terms of adding new content where you should, and just the high fidelity of the prompt right there. You want to read it?
Game direction award for outstanding creative vision and innovative in game direction and
Mhm.
design.
Oh, that just
Yeah.
sounds like Death Stranding in my eyes.
Yeah, that's the thing. To me, it screams Death Stranding or Outer Wilds, other ones deserving it. Right now, that's my race right now for Game of the Year. Personally, it's between Outer Wilds and Death Stranding. Outer Wilds is, I think it's obviously getting some love. It's on a few categories here, but it's definitely a game that like flew under the radar. It's what happens with indie games, but Outer Wilds is one of the most creative games I've played in my entire life. I can say that totally truthfully. It's like an open world exploration puzzle game. This really strange mix that is like my favorite puzzle game because of how open ended it is. It's a really interesting exploration game. It has really good writing. It's super unique. It's on like kind of like on a timer how Majora's Mask is, but in a different way that plays really well on the mechanics. One of the most creative games I've played in my entire life. I highly recommend everyone go check it out. It's like $30. So please, if you can't, I understand you can't go spend $80 on Death Stranding, but like Outer Wilds, please play that game and just experience it. Death Stranding also in that same vein, in sort of just being like this crazy world, right? Like this whole vision. You can see that there's like so much effort that went into building up the background of this game and then actually making the gameplay and the mechanics after it. It's creative in the sense that it really focuses so much on the character stuff and the acting aspect of it. Like obviously that happens on Uncharted and Last of Us and whatnot, but this just takes it to another level in my opinion. And then I think even just the gameplay, right? Because a lot of people say the gameplay is boring, but I loved it so much because it's like here's an inventory system as like a mechanic, and let's tackle that in like the most in-depth way possible.
Yeah.
And it did that. And it's incredibly creative is what it is. So to me, for my personal pick on this one, I don't know what to say. Like it could be either one of those. I'm going to go with Outer Wilds because I got to rep my indie games when I can. For what I think is going to win, I think this one's going to go to Death Stranding.
Right on.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. Basically, the description that Travis just like laid out is unfortunately I haven't played Death Stranding yet, but from everything I've heard and like just the details leading up to its release and stuff that I was looking into, it just sounds like a perfect fit for this because it's just so unique on the mechanics that they introduce. I feel like it's something that's never really been in a game before. I don't know if you guys can touch upon that. Am I speaking
No.
on my ass here?
No, you're not.
It's very basic. I thought you were going against me. I didn't agree. I didn't. Were you agreeing with me?
What? Wait, what?
Confusion.
I think you were agreeing with me.
Visible
I'm
confusion.
sorry.
Yeah,
This guy's trying to get his dirt out of his eye.
The
But,
dirt is still in there.
Oh, it's getting bad.
Yeah.
Two casts. But so yeah, I'm gonna go Death Stranding for this pick, and my want, I'm just gonna have to give it Death Stranding because obviously I'm a huge Kojima fan, and I just want him to be successful. So
Shouts Kojima.
Tell you your prediction.
I am gonna predict Death Stranding, but I don't have a want because I haven't played any of these games.
Yeah, that's what I was
so
gonna say.
I don't
A
know.
few of these categories coming up, I'm gonna do just predictions because I haven't played all of them, and that's where I'll lead into best narrative.
Yeah, I've definitely played the most games this year, so I can try and shed light on some of these games.
please.
Yeah, best narrative: A Plague Tale: Innocence, Control, Death Stranding, Disco, Elysium.
Elysium.
Thank you very much. Holy fuck me. The
Holy
and the Outer
Fuck
Worlds.
me.
My prediction is just Death Stranding, not because my bias here, and I'm not gonna do a want because I haven't played those games, so it's unfair for me to be like, oh, I want this one. But my prediction is just because you got actors in there. It's very cinematic. Kojima's known for a long cut scene, so I think people will look at that. And I think if it's gotten this amount of nominations, if it only got a few, I'd say no. But the fact it's gotten a lot shows there is a lot of people that like it, whoever is voting and nominating. So I think it will, just from the cinematic point of view, take the win. So far, I got Death Stranding.
That's a good
3 for
point.
3.
Best narrative for me. So the only one that Disco. Yeah, please. It is freezing here. Disco Elysium is. This happens every year at the Game Awards. There's like 1 or 2 games that I just never heard of, and then make a huge splash. And from what I've heard, like just in the last couple weeks since these noms come out, Disco Elysium is apparently a fucking amazing game that I'm super interested in go check out. I didn't even know about it until I saw it in these Game Awards. As for the rest of these, Plague Tale has like a pretty interesting story. I watched a video on that one. It seems kind of cool. Control has a really good story so far. Outer Worlds, I think, has really great characters and some really good writing, but the overall narrative isn't let's just say, let's put it this way, it's not on the level of Death Stranding. So that's going to be my pick, and I think that one will take it as well. Yeah. I think narrative, what I think is going to win is either between Control and Death Stranding. I'll give it to Death Stranding, and that's going to be my personal pick as well.
Groovy. Yeah. Just
You look like a homeless man over there, huddled up in your jacket and hat.
just going off of like the previous Kojima games that I've played, I feel like majority of the games that I've played that have been, I don't know why I just said the same thing twice.
You're trying.
Anyways, just Kojima is so good at making like a great narrative for his games, and I can't imagine Death Stranding being anything
Strong.
different. So I'm gonna give it that one. The only other one that I was kind of thinking was A Plague Tale. I haven't played this game, but I actually watched like a stream on it, and it actually just looked really, really interesting and
It's
unique.
all about the narrative.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
100%.
So I feel like that's very fitting that it's at least getting nominated for this, and like that game studio, I'm not too familiar with it, so I feel like that's pretty cool for them to be on there. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Definitely.
Best score.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Fuck
Taylor.
you, Taylor.
Oh, fuck you,
Quote
Taylor.
Travis Hill.
Fuck me, Taylor.
Title of the episode.
Damn. Death Stranding's gonna be my pick.
And what do you want?
Like your
What do you want?
prediction?
What do I want?
Wait, are you writing these predictions down?
No,
I
not
just
at all.
realized that.
I'll listen back to it.
I'll start writing them down. I'll do
I
my
would say I'd
best.
probably want Outer Worlds because it was a narrative that I really enjoyed. I liked where the story that I got to experience and where they were going and just the whole world and everything. I thought it was very interesting and the characters and such. So that would be my guilty pleasure.
Surprised you didn't say
Guilty
the
pleasure.
worlds
Guilty pleasure.
in general.
The worlds, many worlds. I can smell that heat right now. You
Oh
smell
yeah,
that?
it's on.
It's
Yeah.
cooking.
Hey, freeze. The heat is on.
Chill.
No, you've ruined my line. There is a line read in Batman where he hits him with the thing and he just says, the heat is on. Best score / music, Cadence of Hyrule, Death Stranding, Devil May Cry 5, Kingdom Hearts 3, and Sayonara Wild Hearts. Again, I don't have a want because I haven't played all those games. My prediction for just what I've looked into is Sayonara Wild Hearts because it's a game that has its very basic music, so I'm going that
It's
route.
essentially an album that you play through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that sounds like that's where you give it. I love Death Stranding, but again, I'm not going to say I want because I haven't played those other games, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be, my grandma who says,
Mhm.
"Oh, that should win the best."
Did you
movie."
skip one, or is my thing out of order from
No,
yours?
you skipped one.
What did I skip? Oh,
Best
best art
art
direction.
direction?
Well, let's talk
Let's
about score
do
music while
score
we're
music.
here. But that's my pick. Is Sayana.
As
Sayonara, sorry.
Sayonara. That's gonna be your prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for myself, I feel like I just want to pick one that has like an original soundtrack. That's just kind of my own personal
So
bias.
not Kingdom Hearts or Hyrule, pretty much.
Well, Hyrule does have original music. Like they kind of remix and make their own music out of it.
Yeah, but is that fully original? If it's kind of like remixing old stuff, that's what I'm saying.
It's more original in Death Stranding that takes songs from actual artists.
Oh, I don't count. Oh, see, when I'm thinking I know they do count that. I just think the score in Death
You're
Stranding. I
talking
love the
score,
synth
yeah.
and everything. I agree with you about I love the album, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My personal pick on this one, honestly, this one's hard to say because I don't know three of them, but
Mhm.
I think I'd pick Cadence of Hyrule, or Death Stranding. I don't know. I don't really have a strong pick here, but my prediction, I will go Sayonara Wild Hearts as well. Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually played a little bit of Cadence of Hyrule, and I just thought it was, was it Crypt of the Necrodancer? Is that what the original was?
It's a Zelda skin for that.
Yeah.
game.
So I didn't know about that one until I played this one and went back to it. I just thought it was really like interesting style
you
of
like
the
it?
game.
It's not for everyone.
No,
and I honestly don't really like
definitely.
it that much.
You didn't really like it?
Which is surprising
No,
because I like
That's
music
fair. Yeah,
stuff,
I feel
but-
like I couldn't find myself getting like sucked into a game like
Mhm.
that because it is an interesting mechanic that you have to play with. But
yeah.
I just thought it was a really unique like style, and I was watching my buddy play it. And I was kind of digging the tunes that were going on.
Mhm.
I can't speak for Sayonara Wild Hearts because I not heard of it really.
You can play it on your phone, so do that.
Kingdom Hearts 3 though, that's definitely the one that I've experienced the score the most, and I'm just gonna pick that one because there's actually like really amazing like score set pieces that go on, and like especially when they're tied to, I don't know how the fuck the Kingdom Hearts story goes along, and like it's just
No one
it's so
does.
confusing. But like man, there's like emotional scenes, and when it's tied to those like the score that gets brought in, and it's just I thought it was so well done, and so I'm gonna give it Kingdom Hearts 3 for sure.
Taylor,
What are you laughing at?
you just the way you were looking at Kirkland was quite the look.
Taylor's not in a good mood right now.
No, I'm in a good mood. I'm gonna give this to Simogo Annapurna. Sayonara Wild Hearts.
What did you say to me?
He said the company.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Taylor,
respect it.
Did you call me?
For a while, I thought you were just copying mine, but you did stray off for one. But other than
What
that,
I stray off on?
The last one was
It
best
just sounded
narrative
so aggressive. What did I stray off on?
because you were
Narrative.
just like I liked Outer Worlds. Best art
Whoa,
direction.
no. Best narrative. My pick was Death Stranding.
Oh yeah, so you've so far you've just copied everything I've done.
I'm
so
not
far.
copying. I
Oh,
make
okay.
logical decisions.
Best art direction.
Shout out to Logic. Underrated.
Control,
Yeah,
Death
great rapper.
Stranding, Gris,
I knew you were gonna say
Sayonara, Wild Hearts, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and Legend of Zelda: Link Awakening. My prediction is Zelda because it just looks like a beautiful game, and I think that's people love Nintendo, so that's my pick.
People love Nintendo. Apparently not enough to get in Game of Year category.
No.
Ayo.
Art direction. Yeah, this is an interesting one. All of these games have a nice distinct look to them. I honestly don't really like the look of Sayonara Wild Hearts. Just not my art style. So sorry to shoot some shots there. all these other ones, including Sayonara, I'm sure it's for some people, I think are deserving. Sekiro seems like a weird one to me. Like, I feel like it's not that special. Honestly, Death Stranding to an extent, I would say. I mean, there's some weird shit going on in terms of weird tech and whatnot.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of rooms that look the exact same.
But let's not kid ourselves here. I bought Link's Awakening because it's fucking the cutest game I've ever seen in my life. So
It's the avocado of the video
it's
games.
the avocado of video games. That's why I'm gonna pick it. Am I gonna predict it as well? That's the great question. I'm actually gonna predict Greece. Yes. Gonna go for that. Switch up.
Greece. Oh, I did. Okay, I like that.
I don't know if that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. I'm just gonna end it.
I was
there.
expecting like read like like the country Greece, but
I'm also trying
respect.
to keep track of all of our
I
things
think
as
it's
I'm
like
doing this.
Grease.
Yeah, might be.
Greece or Gree.
Gree
That's the
works.
silence.
I believe
like
it's
that.
Spanish. I don't know, dude.
Or
What are you picking,
Grass.
Kirklin?
All right, it's my turn. I, for one, am going to be saying sayonara to sayonara in this category.
That doesn't make sense.
Oh.
Get popped sucking.
Get popped. Yeah, I'm going to go with Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening because it is, like Dylan said, just the avocado of...
It's the avocado.
it's the avocado of the video games. I just thought it was such a unique like art style to make like a remake for that game.
It's claymation, baby.
It's so beautiful. So yeah, shouts out to Link's Awakening.
This room fucking
Grezzo.
stinks now. Just old heat.
It
coming
does smell
in.
like burnt hair.
Oh yeah.
That's dust that's been there for decades, just searing.
Well, yeah,
right
because I
now.
collect it and I put it in there. So,
Good.
what are you picking for best art direction, Taylor?
I'm gonna do best art direction.
Yeah,
You are gonna use that
for
category.
500, Alex.
Shouts out to Alex Trebek.
Ooh.
Done with that show.
What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nominations.
Sure do. Yep.
I'm gonna put my money on Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Grezzo Nintendo.
So far,
Let's go,
it sticks
Grezzo.
with me. Best audio design: Call of Duty Modern Warfare,
Oh,
Control, Death Stranding,
Now
Gears,
Taylor's awake.
Gears 5, Resident Evil 2, and Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Best
I'm
audio.
gonna go Call of Duty. Again, I haven't played many of those others, so it's tough for me. I'm just gonna show I love the Death Stranding sound design or audio design. Remind me a lot of the Star Wars prequels. Actually, just had some really cool, unique stuff. But I just think Modern Warfare has. It kind of reminds me in the Oscars when there's a lot of movies like Infinity War that get a lot of technical awards because they're made well that way. I think Call of Duty has that going.
Well said.
AAA
it's
studio.
popular. Yeah,
did you say like Infinity War or like Infinity Ward?
Infinity
because
War.
Infinity Ward is on here.
No, I'm talking about. So hey.
Got him.
So,
You see that?
so can you tell me what Oscar Infinity Ward was nominated for?
I don't know. I wasn't sure where you're going with
Infinity
this.
War was nominated for a lot of technical Oscars, just like this is a technical category, best audio design. Hence why I'm picking Call of Duty Modern Warfare. This is the one that I'm most unconfident on so far. The other ones I feel like I'm a good log. This one I'm like, because it's tough for me. I haven't played, and I think other people have different versions of what they're looking for in audio design, but I'm just going with this one because, like I said, Popular plays it a lot. They made a big deal about the audio design this year, like, look at the real guns, and so
Look at the real guns.
Yeah, so that's my pick.
I wanted to ask, so like the description of this category, is this just like sound effects like within the game or?
I will get that for you right
Okay,
now.
thank you. Dylan, you may go.
Psych? No.
Definitely sound effects. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm also keeping track of everything we're doing. On
Maybe
the phone.
Taylor. Oh, here you go. Recognizing the recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design.
Oh,
Boom.
great. That's very descriptive.
So everything that is not the music
Okay.
and or score.
Okay,
the
cool.
walking,
Um.
the talking.
Yeah. As for this
The
list,
fucking.
I think Travis makes a good point, and honestly, probably picked the best one here with Modern Warfare. I'm just gonna switch it up just to switch it up. From the ones I've
Oh.
played here, Sekiro didn't really stand out. The sound, Death Stranding sounds great, but once again, I think the music and score is great, but the sound design necessarily didn't stand out. I'm actually gonna vote and predict Control on this one.
Yeah.
Control, it's just like the fidelity of just like the voice lines. I just noticed when I was playing it, like, wow, this is really high quality. Like the mic was right there in her mouth, when she was reading all these lines, and she's shooting and throwing shit around, and it just sounds great. So way to go, Remedy. And that's kind of something I noticed when I was playing Alan Wake back in the day. So I think they take that seriously over at Remedy. And yep, I'm picking that one. That's
Boom.
me.
big respect on that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Just 'cause I saw a clip of someone
Guys, how
breaking
does it feel to
down.
just copy Travis?
Someone
on
breaking down the. How does it
kidding.
feel to interrupt someone when they're trying to?
Wow, it feels awful. I'm so sorry.
Taylor, how does it feel to
Just-
kill a 6-year-old woman?
What the fuck are you talking
Did
about?
you say it's 6?
60.
60?
Yeah,
I heard
'cause
6.
You did some
I don't know
shopping-
any 60
Well, you did some shopping today, and you
I had to beat a lady with a
Dude,
stick
don't
to get
steal
this
my-
cranberry sauce.
Don't steal the fucking Spider-Man joke I was gonna say. I know you did earlier, but I was gonna say I had to beat old lady with a stick to get this cranberry sauce.
All right, I'm gonna get back to what I was talking about.
Please do.
I watched a video basically just explaining like the level of detail with like just when you're
Exactly.
shooting a gun and like the gun clips like are hitting the ground and they sound different depending on what like
Yep.
what floor you're on. I thought that was really neat detail and again just super rich studio and they're able to do stuff like that. So I'm gonna give it to Modern Warfare.
Oscar nominated studio.
Yeah.
Any award. So when I pop the
Oh,
Turtle Beaches
God.
on,
No, not the turtle.
You
Turtle
know,
Beaches.
Turtle Beaches, I spent
Back
a lot
in
of time.
2006.
I was gonna say.
No,
I
these
feel like
are
that's an
good Turtle
older-
Beaches.
Oh, yeah,
They always were.
I went
High
into-
Village,
Fuck
30
Turtle
cent
Beach.
ones.
I went to EB Games. And I was like, point me in the direction of your best headphones. He's like, we got these ones. They're
The
on
most
sale.
expensive
Sayonara.
one. The most expensive ones.
Yeah.
So I got a nice pair of wireless. No, they're not. No. How do they work? They plug into the.
How do these wireless headphones work?
Oh,
There's no wires.
They
How are
plug.
connected?
They plug into the controller because I didn't want to get batteries, but I have to charge them too. But
Just tell us how you feel about the
Best
the
designed
sound of
audio
your ears.
I
listening
can
device
hear
category.
people behind me. So when I'm playing my 2v2s, like gun game, and I will swear, I'll be like, "You fucking idiot! Can you not hear them behind you?"
Who are
And
you talking to, Madison, when you say this?
no, people in the game.
Okay.
So I get paired up with
poor
random
Madison.
guys. They're like level 155, and they should be fucking top tier, better and good at this shit, you know. And they end up sucking and being trash. But anyways, you can hear the sound effects of stuff, and so when I'm playing, like I can hear when I die and I spectate them, I can hear things around the map, you know. I can
You
hear.
sound fucking crazy right now.
I can
You
feel
sound
them.
like Crazy Ralph from Friday the 13th.
No, but legit, I can hear like their pitter patter going around and stuff, and it's so in depth. Like it blows my mind, like the effects and the detail. And you know, you can hear a gun reloading across the map, and it's like, well, watch out, he's behind you because I can hear it. But the people that are playing the game that I'm spectating, they don't have the Turtle Beaches, so they can't hear this stuff. But the detail is still there because you can hear it on the TV, and it's so good. But I'm gonna give my thing to Call of Duty.
You just sound like such a stereotypical Call of Duty player.
like
You
it.
fucking idiot! You can't hear them
And
behind
that
you.
doesn't make sense. You gave this whole stereo and you said, but I'm going to give it to Call of Duty. That's still, you were talking about Call of Duty the whole time.
Did you pick one, Kirkland?
Call of Duty.
You picked Call of Duty. So. Okay, I have a quick question because I tracked them all down now, except for game direction. What did you guys pick for game direction again?
Death Stranding.
Tra-
Kojima.
I gotta
Travis
see the
picked
list.
Stranding.
I think
I'm gonna
Taylor
guess
did Death
Taylor
Stranding
did
because
as
Taylor's
well.
picked
Oh,
everything I
game
have.
direction is Death
I
Stranding.
can go before you.
Yeah, you're gonna this time. You're gonna. I'm throwing it, but I know which one you're gonna
For
pick.
some
You're
reason, I
such a
wrote Taylor
bullshit one.
first, his name first on my list. That would actually help out a lot.
Ayo.
Yeah, man.
Ew.
Are you ready for me to read the next one, Dylan? Are you still
I'm good.
reflecting? Okay.
I'm good.
Best performance: Ashley Birch as
Did you say performance?
performance as Ashley Birch as Poverty Holcomb, The Outer Worlds, Courtney Hope as Jesse in Control, Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz, Gears 5, Mads Mikkelsen, #Save Hannibal as Cliff, Death Stranding, Matthew Peretti as Dr. Casper Darling, Control, Norm Reedus as Sam Porter Bridges, Death Stranding. Taylor, who are you going to pick in this one?
Easily, I just see those trailers, like, you know, Mads Mikkelsen.
You bastard.
What an amazing performance. This guy deserves it, you know. I loved him in Doctor Strange, you know. I love him popping up in all
And
his
Doctor
little movies
Strange,
he does.
not #Save Hannibal,
Yeah.
but Doctor.
Have you seen Hannibal?
No.
Have you
Okay.
finished Hannibal?
Oh God.
No. Don't make this about me.
I will.
We're grilling
you
Taylor
no
right
right
now.
to ask him that question.
What's your pick, Kirkland?
I feel like I shouldn't give a pick for this because I haven't experienced anyone, but I want Mads
What's your
Mikkelsen.
prediction
I want
at
Mads
least?
Mikkelsen to win. So
So is that your prediction, or is that who you want?
I want, and I predict.
Okay.
I'm going Mads all the way. Same thing.
Sure.
I didn't play Gears. I didn't play Our Worlds, but that's just I am predicting it too, just because I feel like he is. You know, I hate to say this, but a higher class actor than everyone in this category. I think everyone is a solid, maybe good actor, game actor. But then you have Mads Mikkelsen, who is in Hollywood at least. he's very underrated, but people talk about him in a highlight. So I think it's just one of those. He's just so big, and I think he is the best part about Death Stranding, whether it's his performance and story. So I want him to be there in person as well. He probably won't. He'll send a video in, and like I'm happy to accept this. But man, if he's there in person, it'd be great. So Mads is my prediction.
Yeah, this is a stacked category for sure. The only one I mean I haven't heard her in Gears 5, but she's a very well-known voice actress. To me, this one, for my personal pick, it's definitely got to be between Mads and Ashley Birch. She's fantastic in Outer Worlds with Parvati. And honestly, that's what I think it's between those two as well. All of these ones are great. I feel like Norman Reedus, I don't know if that really needs to be on there, to be honest. Like, obviously, he's kind of your star of the game, but at the same time, I think he also kind of takes the place of, like, the silent protagonist, so to speak. Since you play as him. But obviously, I got to give it to my man Mads. So that's a GV classic. If we have the chance to pick for Mads, we got to fucking do it.
Oh yeah.
What's Cliff's last name?
That's a spoiler.
Is it really? Interesting.
Yeah, there's multiple spoilers in that game, so that's why I don't want to say anything.
Fair enough.
There's multiple spoilers in that game.
Well, more
I
than
agree.
Let's see. Games for Impact, just so you know, it's for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning message. The nominees are... Damn, I just bookmarked the Game Awards. Fuck. Games for Impact. Concrete Genie. Grass, whatever we're going to call it.
It's not
Kind
grass.
Words, so it's grass on this list. Kind Words, Life is Strange 2, and Sea of Solitude. Taylor, you go first. So you can't fucking copy me.
See, really, he's been copying me. So
No, I've gone first every time.
He saw your list, or you saw his list.
Tell me, Games for Impact. Let's
Pick
go,
a game.
Pony Boy.
Pony boy.
Pony boy.
Games for Impact. I think it's none other than Joe May Games. Sea of Solitude.
Can you
Good
explain the description of this category too?
I think it's
Like
games
social
that,
Games
impact.
with a good message.
yeah, positive reinforcement. Thought
Okay.
like I know it says thought provoking, but really to get people. Oh, I didn't think about this. I didn't think about how people might feel. Something like
I
that.
feel like Kind Words is a perfect game to go with that.
Is that
Possibly.
your pick?
I'm gonna give Life is Strange 2 because that's the only game series I've heard about in this category, let alone play. The first one was, I feel like it's nothing to do with the second one, but I'm just gonna give it to the second one.
My pick for this one is going to be Gris.
I'm gonna pick.
I haven't played any of these, so I'm just picking off of
The
directly
sound.
out of my ass. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
I'm gonna pick Concrete Genie.
Nice. We all got a different pick.
And then,
Yeah.
I think Life Strange 2 would be the big pick, but it still isn't finished until the Game Awards happen. The last episode comes out after the Game Awards.
Oh,
So that's why I think some
I
people
like
might
that
be
you
like,
waited to
interesting.
tell him that.
Yeah,
oh, that's what he
well,
does every time. I love
no,
it.
don't do that
Remember when I
every
picked Kit Harrington, and you're like, "Oh yeah, he just checked into
Well, that was a
rehab." That's a
compet-
stupid pick.
That was a
Well, I got the
competition.
point
You
anyways.
did, but who's winning right now? John Cena! Best ongoing game, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Kirkland Passer's going to go first.
Oh no.
You're going first,
Let's see
sir.
if he was paying attention.
I feel like Fortnite has just gone downhill in popularity. I don't know. That's just a bold prediction for me. I'm gonna give it to.
That is a fucking bold
That is a
prediction.
bold
I don't know where
prediction.
you're pulling
what
that
the
prediction from.
You taking crazy pills over there.
Okay.
Hi, Mr. Crazy.
I'm sorry, I have my own opinion, but I'm gonna give it to Rainbow Six Siege
Yeah, you are.
The Taylor pick. For sure.
because
Yeah,
Ubi is the softest of them all.
Taylor,
Fucking right.
is that you Rainbow Six Siege?
Why is
as
he
well
going
too?
next?
No,
Let
my
Dylan go
pick-
next.
my
I'm mixing it up.
My pick is definitely
is the host here.
Fortnite. My
This is
want
his
to win
podcast.
is Rainbow Six Siege because they do a great job. I can't believe they still
Pick it, you coward.
going on. I did pick it. No, I did. I picked the Fortnite as my pick.
I know, but pick Rainbow Six.
No,
you
no, no.
coward.
That's my want pick. Kirkland,
Yes, you're a coward.
Kirkland picked it for me, so.
Let's fucking do it.
But Fortnite,
That's not how this works.
everyone, whenever I go to school, my classmates, they're talking about Fortnite, and Ruben sends me Snapchats of him playing Fortnite all the
Why?
time. It's just him sending me videos of him doing team doubles, getting first place in Battle Royale. So
Okay.
Fortnite.
I'm going Fortnite as well. It's just what
Dead
do people
game.
know? It's a big one, So yeah.
Yeah,
They
Fortnite
did that cool
Fortnite
relaunch.
Chapter 2 broke the internet.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna go
exactly.
ahead and vote Fortnite because of that.
Best independent game: Baba Is You, Disco Elysium, Katana Zero Year, Outer Wilds, Untitled Goose Game. Dylan, I'm gonna throw it, even though I think I know what you're.
The
going
goose.
on.
Okay, so yeah, this is. Sorry, I'm just.
Do you not want to go? See, this is why I didn't throw it.
No, I'm ready.
No, the only reason I threw
In the
it
time it's taking you to complain, I'm here and I'm good to go.
because Kirkland's like, oh, he's not throwing him. Blah, blah.
So as I mentioned earlier, Travis, come on, give me a break. As I mentioned earlier, Disco
Kirkland's
Elysium was that game I just never heard of before the Game Awards, so I don't have much info on that one. Katana Zero, I'm hearing amazing things from, but I haven't played it myself. Baba's You is a fantastic puzzle game. If anyone wants a good puzzle game out there, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Untitled Goose Game is just this wild thing. I'm going to vote for it somewhere else, but not here.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm going to vote for Outer Wilds every category I can. So that's my pick, and it's going to be my prediction as well. For the reasons I mentioned earlier, please go play Outer Wilds. Amazing game.
What was the game last year? Was it Celeste, the indie game that got a Best Game of the Year nom?
Celeste.
And then it won the Independent. I think it's the same thing here. This is where it gets its little, we gave you the Best Game nod. We're not going to win, but we'll give it in your category. You got to win it. So that's where I'm the same thing Outer Wilds. Just by process of elimination, really.
I'm gonna go Outer Wilds as well. Great review by Dylan Musk. Go check it out.
I love that game
And
so much.
he sold me why it should be Game of the Year.
Taylor.
I am going to predict Outer Wilds by Mobius Digital Annapurna.
Mobius.
Perna.
Shout out the devs.
Annapurna?
Annapurna.
Annapurna?
Annapurna.
Come on, Taylor.
And
Sleepy.
my
Easy on him.
my pick though
Oh,
that I would
Outer Wilds was the Annapurna game.
my want
movie
though
production
would
company.
be Untitled Goose Game. I've seen a few.
Ruben snaps.
Well, no. I've seen a few. I can't remember the guy who does these videos on YouTube, but he does like funny video game reviews. And Travis.
Yep.
Okay. I can't remember his name. It's like Donkey or
Donkey?
Conky or
Is it
Donkey.
Donkey?
Thank you.
He used to make League videos. He's fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
He did one
Yeah.
for Untitled Goose Game.
Oh yeah, he's great.
It was so funny. And
Yeah.
that's why I
So
would
funny.
want
Video
it.
game Donkey. Go check him out. I already gave my pick.
Best
man.
mobile game, Call of Duty Mobile, Grindstone, Sayonara Wild
Galaxy
Hearts,
Heroes.
Sky, Children of
You,
Light,
Taylor.
and What's the Golf. I'm gonna go kind of the same thing as before. Sayonara Wild Hearts. It's gonna maybe lose in some other categories, win in some. And I don't really know. This is just a fucking shot in the dark for me. So I'm just picking one that's been nominated otherwhere. So yeah.
To do something different, I'll pick What the Golf.
What did the golf?
Haven't played these. My mobile game is Nintendo Switch, so
I will not be saying sayonara to this game in this category.
how many times
Sayonara
have you
Wild
used that?
Hearts, not enough. Any chance I can.
Not enough.
Sayonara Wild Hearts. That's the one.
Uh,
Is my prediction.
Taylor
then.
Field.
I'm gonna.
I wonder.
Always a wild card with this guy.
He already made up his mind. He's
No,
just building
it's-
up the
This one's not a
anticipation.
wild card.
Say Call of Duty, you coward.
You
You,
know,
you think you think I'm gonna go with Call
yeah,
of Duty?
because you haven't even played it once in your fucking life, but you're gonna say Call of Duty.
I've never played the mobile Call of
I
Duty.
know you haven't.
I can tell you that they've never interested me whatsoever. I
Oh.
feel like I can't.
You also
connect.
said that about Galaxy Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's different. If I
No, it's not.
No, it's not at all.
I can't
Just give
connect
your
my
answer.
Turtle Beaches for the immersive experience of Call of Duty Mobile.
You know what I want? Just give it to me.
Give me what I want.
Give me what I want.
I'll go with Sayonara
I'm gonna-
Wild Hearts.
I'm gonna continue to hurt the people you love if you don't give me what I want. Okay,
Wow.
today's going Sayonara
Woo.
Hearts. This is pod racing.
What's
Best community support: Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. I'm gonna give this one to Destiny 2 because I feel like they had a little bit of a turnaround, and I feel like that's what this one's more about. Not because of the actual game, like a Fortnite with the hype. It's more about the continued support and just helping people out. Obviously, Destiny 2 did not have a great launch, but it's kind of trying to win people back, and I feel it could take that at once. So going Destiny 2 for best community support.
I actually agree with Travis on this one, so I'm gonna vote for Destiny as well.
Are you done?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Rainbow Six Siege 2 because I feel like.
You.
Wait, I don't know why I said 2. I think it's because I was writing off your guys' Destiny 2. So Rainbow Six Siege,
Wow.
the original.
Disqualified.
The
I feel-
original Rainbow Six Siege.
I feel like this game just keeps getting support from Ubisoft and the developers, and that's always awesome to see. So
It's always awesome.
shouts out to them, and they just constantly have new seasons. So
I'm to put in a good word for you up at
Ubisoft with your okay.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah.
Yves Gumont.
To be fair, I'm like a low-key Ubisoft supporter. I've owned many of their games throughout the years, and I enjoy them. Terrible servers, but
I just bought Steep.
oh, dude, I've owned that game for years.
Is it
so-
good?
Yeah, it's one of the
Nice.
best downhill ski snowboard sims
I love
that's ever
games
been
that go downhill.
A massive
Wow.
genre.
Yeah.
Go downhill.
That's really saying.
Oh yeah,
Where's that category on the Game Awards?
it's been a slow year.
Is Steep a 2-player game?
Online.
I've tried to get into Golden
Yeah,
Geeks,
yeah.
but
Golden Geeks.
Golden fucking.
Whoa,
Gauntlet,
best
whatever
film of
the-
the year.
whatever the
Steep.
fuck-
Great story.
Yeah.
Gauntlet.
The Gauntlet. Yeah, no. If it was
The Gauntlet.
if it was co-op, that'd be awesome. But it's
ain't.
tough. Yeah.
I got like the Beijing Olympic DLC.
Oh, I don't have that. I can't afford
When are
that.
we gonna get that Geek first Olympic DLC? Taylor, what you picking?
Ooh.
I wonder.
You know, I don't know much about Apex. Just I know that they popped off. Fortnite, I don't know, is a good best community support because like the game just gets more DLC and stuff or whatever. I don't know if that's community support when they're buying stuff.
You know what I want.
Rainbow Six Siege, I'm not gonna shout that out because he shouted out. Final Fantasy, I've heard good things about it. Is that the online one or is this a different?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
That's how they're supporting it.
Oh.
These are all online games.
Oh, right.
Single player games.
Oh!
Oh my god. Yelling at Taylor for breaking chairs is Mr. Chair Breaky
I think
McGee
he
over here.
unscrewed something.
Destiny 2.
Okay. Best VR/AR game: Asgard's Wrath, Blood and Truth, Beat Saber, No Man's Sky, Trover Saves the Universe. I think we're all gonna pick the same game here. Trover Saves the Universe.
I am 100% certain that Beat Saber did not come out this year.
I think it's something to do with the VR/AR. Like it technically came out in the window.
I
but
swear it was in the categories last year because
I
I
think
did
it's in
this
different
last
ones.
time we were
You
talking
did.
about these
you do
awards.
that on every cast. You're like Mandalorian. Endgame.
I'm just so excited to be here.
Yeah, 70,000 people have seen
Yeah.
you do that.
Uh,
I'll go Beat Saber.
I am also going to vote Beat
Yeah,
Saber.
it just
Believe it or
seems-
not.
You already know my pick, Beat Saber.
Beat it, daddy.
Beat that saber,
Um,
Daddy-o.
You
You're
know,
gonna be a
I
contrarian
think
here?
No Man's Sky would be pretty cool.
Yeah, do it, you coward. I'm just kidding.
as a VR/AR game. But like I've played Beat Saber. I've held both of those things in my hands. You know.
Oh.
And
Was it the most?
have
I
you seen like
hate
the
this
Darth
new
Maul
gimmick
version
you
where
got
someone's
going
holding like
on.
a?
Well, it's just
You
you
ruined
know
my Gauntlet interview last year.
everything's just coming at you, and it's like right in your face.
You can
so-
definitely say that about No Man's Sky VR. I hear it's extremely like overwhelming, like the VR, especially when you're in the ship. It's too much.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
I could believe that. Yeah, there's some VR games that are just so overwhelming. Beat Saber is one of the few VR games that I didn't get overwhelmed with. I just found like when every brick comes at you, and it's like I'm trying to hit them and hit those notes, but at the end of the day, I just think this is no Guitar Hero.
Oh no!
At the end of the day,
So what's your
That
pick?
is not where I thought that was going
So what's
at
your
all.
pick? Yeah.
Beat Saber.
What the fuck?
Best action game: Apex Legend, Astral Chain, Call of Duty: Modern Warfare, Devil May Cry 5, Gears 5, Metro Exodus.
Who's starting, Travis?
I will start with this one. I'm just gonna take it.
I thought Travis picked.
fucker.
but-
I'm gonna give this one to Metro Exodus.
No, that's fine. He's
E-
wrong.
Everyone that has played this
The game
game
looks
says
hype,
that
dude.
it's absolutely amazing. Although it's kind of got some sour notes because a lot of people that were excited to get this on Steam, they just like took it off of Steam and made it like an exclusive to like the Epic Game Store, and a lot of
heard
people were
about this
a
debacle.
lot of people were salty about this game, and
Good,
like
you fucking
it had
salty.
extremely negative reviews for this reason. Like the developers were just not getting good flack, but as a game
Not getting
itself,
good flag.
Money's money.
I find it hard to believe that the people who nominate these games like
care
care-
about the
like,
controversies.
I don't think that.
Yeah,
is
no,
gonna
like
make or
like
break
just
them.
thinking as a game
The
though.
question is, did they play it
I hope they have.
enough to get nominated?
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it Metro Exodus just because everyone that has played it has just said it's the best in the series, and I'm a big fan of that series. I want to play it one day, but
Wait, what?
Metro
You're a big fan of the
Exodus?
series. You want to play it one day? You mean
The series.
Exodus or the series?
I want to
You're
play
a fan
it.
of the series?
The newest game. Yeah.
Okay.
There's Metro
Oh, you said that
2033,
confused
Metro
me a bit.
Last Light. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get a little wild and I don't speak perfect English.
But
Really
why male
wild.
models? Devil May
'Cause of
Cry
this.
5.
Devil May Cry for Mr. Travis Snow.
Mm-hmm.
What
It
do you got,
got
Taylor?
reviewed well. It sold well. I think it's the most popular in that. I think yours also has a chance, but
It
I'm just
maybe
going Devil May
got
Cry
snubbed
5.
a bit elsewhere, you know.
Yeah, so Devil May Cry 5.
I'm not gonna go with Gears because it was free on Game Pass.
Is it who's the main protagonist of Gears 5?
I don't even know actually.
Well,
Who do you-
probably the girl who got best
Yeah, the chick on the
performance.
cover.
Okay, makes sense.
Is it Kate?
I don't know her
imagine so.
name, but yeah.
I don't know, cause like I haven't gone through the whole campaign yet, and I've just been
Mm.
playing as JD, so I just assumed he was so far. So
I took it as the chick on the cover, but That doesn't always make
I don't
sense.
know. I haven't progressed far enough in the game to really know. So
'Cause
my
it's so bad.
What's that?
Because it's so bad.
Well, it's not that it's bad. It's just other
There's
games
just something
came
about
out.
it. He's not digging it. Just like Assassin's Creed last year, or,
What's your pick, Mr. Field?
So
What's your pick, Mr.
Very
Field?
interesting.
Oh,
I have an interesting thing to say about this.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So, a friend of mine recommended Astral Chain, and I looked at it, and I was like, "Now, for an action game, this has a lot of fucking action.
It's a platinum game.
It
the
is
Bayonetta
like
makers.
it seems like totally just off the charts, crazy. I felt like it's one of those anime games. I feel like I wouldn't be good at it because it's an anime game,
What
but
games are you good at?
Call of Duty
And Tetris.
and Tetris. But Tetris isn't on here, so I'm gonna give it to Modern Warfare.
Best action game, Tetris 99.
Wait.
It's coming up.
That. Why'd you bring up Astral Chain? What did that have to do with? You just pick COD.
Just want to
What's going on?
explain.
It's the
I
same
think-
where he went on that
I was
rant
happy-
about Beat Saber being
No,
not
no,
Guitar
no.
Hero.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I
No.
picked it.
I was
Turtle
happy
Beach.
to see Astral
Yeah.
Chain actually
Yeah.
on the list because I actually knew what that was, so I want to
Oh.
shout it out.
It does look like an interesting game. If it
Oh,
wasn't $80, I maybe would play it someday. But it's not because it's Nintendo first party. To do something different because it gets kind of fun when we do that. I'm gonna pick Apex Legends.
Epic.
Have you played it?
I have. It didn't run, like it kept crashing on my computer, so I've played like maybe 10 matches of it. It's kind of fun. I'm not really into those
BRs.
the
Battle Royales.
battle royale
Battle
games.
rifles.
Yeah. So it's I can admit that it is a well-made game. It's fun. So
Okay.
no, I mean not well enough made that it runs well on my computer, but take that, bitch.
Best action adventure game, Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Pretty much Game of the Year with just a few sprinkled in. I think this one's very tough. I think a bunch could take it. Go ahead, Taylor. You take it. You just looked ready to say your pick, but apparently not. So I'm coming back to me.
Okay.
I'm going to say Control.
I'm ready to
Edgy.
I think it's one of those. I think for me, it's either Control or Secure. I think one of those games gets the love here. It's one of those. We can't
Yeah.
give the love anywhere else.
Yeah, when I look at this list, like I love Death Stranding. It's a great adventure game, but it's definitely not an action
No.
game. Control, I think, is a great pick from Travis. Borderlands 3, I just heard too many cons of like it, like the fucking when you open the menu, it like lags the game. Like
Nice.
just too many issues in that sense for it to just be like a clean win. Resident Evil, I don't know if it's an action adventure game. I mean, it is in this category, but I'm not sure if that's why
It's a
people love it.
shooting, you know?
Yeah, Link's Awakening, I don't really feel like fits in here. It's the odd one out. I'm gonna go for Sekiro on this one because it is the adventuring elements are great in terms of just being able to explore the world and like when I've played that game, I feel like I'm not making a lot of progress because I just get distracted. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna go down this cave, and then that cave goes on for like an hour, and I'm like, holy shit, this just never ends, and that keeps happening. And so I haven't really made that much progress, but I feel like I've explored a lot.
How long have you been in that
but then
cave?
but then the
That's like life.
5 weeks. But then the action elements are great. It means From is great with making good combat systems, and it's even faster this time. A lot more jumping and air slashes and great boss fights and stuff. So to me, I think Sekiro has it in the bag.
I'm going to give it to Sekiro as well. You hit the nail on the head in my opinion.
You ready this time, Taylor?
So
no.
Sekiro, is it like lots of ninjas?
Samurai?
It's essentially Dark Souls. It's essentially Dark Souls 1, but ninja themed with a coherent story.
I'm gonna give that my vote.
Best RPG.
Is this why you did ninjas?
Disco
Yeah.
Elysium, Final Fantasy 14, Kingdom Hearts 3, Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and The Outer Worlds.
This is RPG.
Yep.
I think Outer Worlds has this one in the heckin' bag.
Yep.
Whether or not
I
it's the best one here, I mean that's hard to say, but I think it does great in the RPG elements, even if it is a bit short on content. I also don't have too much. I haven't played the other ones, so maybe there's a little bit bias there. But I also think it just got enough buzz that it's going to take this one
Yeah. No, I agree.
because
That's
people kind of look at Obsidian as like people who make RPGs, right?
yeah. That's my Moneyball strategy. It was nominated for Best Game of the Year, so it's kind of knocks out the other one. So I'm going for that. Has the hype.
Alrighty, I'm going with Monster Hunter World.
Nice.
That's my pick. Iceborne. I've heard only good things from that game.
I really want to play that game
Yeah.
at some
Yeah.
point in my life.
Monster Hunter is definitely a fantastic game.
what about Iceborne though?
Iceborne?
You
I
watch
don't have much
Ruben
I can
play
say
it all
about
the
that.
time?
I watched Ruben play it a
Through
decent amount. But I'm gonna give this to Outer Worlds. I
Outer
think it
Worlds.
has it.
Best fighting game: Dead or Alive 6, Jump Force.
Yeah, what the fuck is with that?
That's
Fuck
called we
Jump
don't have
Force.
enough fighting games to nominate. Mortal Kombat 11, Samurai Showdown, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This is very tough because I feel like Smash is the go-to, but Mortal Kombat 11, despite some maybe like problems in it early on, lots of people just praise that game big time, say it's one of the best Mortal Kombats. It's tough. I think it just depends who the voting crowd is, and that's why
Yeah,
I'll give the
that's a good
slight
point.
edge to Smash Bros. But I could see this one being very close between those two. I will not be shocked if it's Mortal Kombat, but
Mhm.
I'll give a small edge to Smash Bros.
I would be absolutely baffled if it wasn't Smash or Mortal Kombat, and I'm gonna give it to my
Of course.
man Smash because, well, I'm a diehard Smash fan. You voted for Smash as well,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Smash as well. That game just turned a whole new leaf over for me in my
Cracking
life,
leaves.
and yeah, shout out to
That
Smash.
was a good pun. Do you realize the pun you made? New
Pun-
Leaf is an Animal Crossing game. There's the Animal Crossing character Isabelle is in Smash.
That's a deep cut pun,
I don't
and
think it's
I
that of a
I'm
deep
not
cut. There's
I'm
like
not
two
intelligent
there's
enough
like
to
two
see
Animal
that.
It's not
Crossing
capable of that.
I've never played Animal Crossing, so yeah, but I agree with you guys. I think it's between those two games, like for sure.
Yeah.
So
Is Taylor gonna drop the Jump Force here?
Jump Force, I downloaded and I
Fuck
played
that
it,
game.
and I don't know what the fuck was going on. I was super excited to play this game, bust out Yugi,
Great
Kaiba.
roster, right?
Great roster. And then when I hopped into this world, I didn't know what was going on because I went through this whole in-depth thing of like I thought I could play as these characters, but then I had to make a character. And then I was- it was like full on detail. And then I went into this area where there's like other players. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
It's like a
And
card
then-
game.
Well, you
Well,
do get to play
You're
as those
playing
characters.
dice.
I never got to play as those characters. I don't know if I had to progress further. I had to play as my shitty.
Yeah, I think you have to progress.
I had to
further.
play as my shitty avatar, and
That
then
sucks.
I
They
went ar-
advertise Yugi and fucking Dragon
well,
Ball.
yeah,
Like,
I went around, and then I got into this battle, and this guy just pile drived me. And
Whoa.
after that, I was like, I'm uninstalling this game. I waited a fucking 30 minutes to install the game too.
Why did you not go do something
You
else?
just sat
I
there
don't
and
feel
looking.
bad for you if you wait 30 minutes.
Because
Go
it
make a
it
sandwich. Go
installs
fuck your
fast. I'm not gonna
girlfriend. Go
make
do
a
something.
I'm not gonna make a
Ew.
sandwich. I'm,
I'm
sitting
not
there
gonna fuck my
alone.
girlfriend.
Did you say that go fuck my girlfriend?
Yeah, you.
I'm not gonna just use my girlfriend as an excuse. Madison, my game's not downloaded yet. Get in the bedroom. I'm
Maybe
not
she'll
gonna do
want
that.
to. I don't know. Pass the time.
Jesus. I'm gonna give this to Smash Bros.
Smash Taylor.
was a great
Best
interaction.
family game. Great transition. Luigi Mansion 3. Go check out me and Taylor's review. Ring Fit Adventure.
That game fucking bombed.
I don't know what the fuck it is until now. That's a funny title. Super Mario Maker 2. Super Smash
it's
Bros.
essentially the Wii Fit of the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yoshi's Crafted World. Taylor, I'm going to start with you.
You know, like
Essentially best Nintendo game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it to Super Mario Maker 2 as a family game, even though, well, I mean that might be my personal like favorite pick.
Check out
But-
Taylor's review.
Yeah, just check out the review I did for that because I really enjoyed it. And I think it's definitely was something I needed to own on the Switch because I loved having it on the Wii U, and I love just making maps and just making Ruben play it and cry.
Yeah,
So-
just making Ruben cry.
Oh yeah.
He won't have sex with his girlfriend, but he'll make Ruben cry.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Rest in
But
peace, Ruben.
I mean, Luigi's Mansion was good. Wouldn't consider that a family game because like we're all family and we played. I feel like you guys were very disappointed in
I
it.
think it's more about the co-op, right?
Well, it
you
is.
play it with your
and-
son. And here, son, you can play as Luigi. That's
Give him a
And
turned
I
off
think it's
controller.
the aura. It's kind of friendly and fun. And I can attest as the only person that has a kid. Gwen fucking loves watching that game. That's one of the. I play lots of games. She'll look a little bit. That game, Mario. She
Bleep
says,
it.
"Oh yeah." So it's a big. I think kids would still love it. So that's where I'll defend it. That I think it deserves in the family category.
So what about Smash Bros though? I mean, I
We
feel
played
like-
it, and she's kind of like, "Oh, that's kind of fun." Then
Yeah,
she
I don't know.
But
walks
you
Smash
give
is
her-
a family game, right? Like it's a game you,
you
just
give her
screw
a
with your
turned off
buds,
controller
but-
for Smash.
Yeah, I
though.
do
What
give
if
her
like
a
seven
yeah, yeah.
brothers though?
You give her an Xbox controller.
I gave her an
too.
Xbox controller to think she was playing along. It was pretty good.
Well, my official pick, would probably be. I'm gonna go Yoshi's Crafted World.
That's a wild one. I'm gonna go Super Mario Maker 2. I'm surprised you're not picking
Really?
that. I'm pretty sure this won Best Family Game when the
Mario.
first one was around.
What did
so
you pick,
Sup-
Taylor?
He picked.
I'm sorry, I
Yoshi's
didn't have to call
Yoshi's
you Trailer.
Crafted World. I
You
don't know.
picking Yoshi's
Yeah,
Crafted
he is.
World?
Oh yeah, family friendly. I wouldn't. I
What
want
the fuck?
Mario Maker 2, but I'm not gonna pick it because like most of those levels
but
are made
here's-
by people from China
but
and they're really good.
What?
They're maybe for, like when you go in there, it's like it
Okay,
shows
no,
the
no,
Chinese
Kit,
flag.
Kit, what does that have to do with the voting?
It's because those levels are insanely difficult. If I was
And
a
that's
little
why-
boy, I
Super
could not
Mario
beat
Maker
it.
2. I think people will vote on this not for what is the best family game. I think they'll just vote what the best game is. So I think Super Mario Maker
Yeah.
2 still has that pedigree.
the pedigree.
So, yeah, this is a weird category because I don't really see Yoshi's as a family. Like, it's a one-player game, is it not?
So is Mario Maker. Never mind.
You fucking.
You didn't answer my
goon.
question.
I don't know if it's a one-player game.
I bet it's not. I think you
Okay.
can do like a probably mini games of like
Alright.
mini
To
Yoshis.
me, I'm gonna vote for Luigi's Mansion on this one. I just feel like I didn't. I personally
Oh.
did not like that game, but everyone else seemed to. I mean, I guess you guys didn't, and you're big fans. But
We
I don't
like it, but
Would you play with your family?
my family, well, I don't really want to play it anymore. I don't like it. So
Taylor just made that sound.
if I had someone to play co-op with, I'm sure I would have liked it a hell of a lot more. But I didn't, so I didn't enjoy it.
Alrighty. I'm gonna give this one to Smash.
Oh, I like this when we're all
Yeah.
in different
I'm gonna be the
pages.
minority in this one.
The
best
Seven Brothers pick.
best strategy game: Age of Wonders, Planetfall, Anno 1800, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Total War 3 Kingdoms, Tropico 6, and Wargroove. Dylan.
Yeah, so this one's always interesting because I feel like most of the games in here are like for deep cut strategy fans, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know. I haven't heard of
Total War 3 Kingdoms.
yeah,
not a fan?
Anno. Like I know what Anno is as a series, but I didn't know a new one came out. Total War 3 Kingdoms. Like what is that? Age of Wonders, Planetfall. Excuse me, I've never heard of this in my life. Oh my god. I have, however, played both Wargroove and Fire Emblem. I think they're both great games. I'm actually surprised Fire Emblem didn't show up more throughout more of these categories. I think
Big
it's
snubs.
it's very definitely a big snubbed. I think it's I don't want to say back to form, but I feel like the
Back to
Fire Emblem's
formula?
been trying a
heard.
lot of stuff for the last few iterations, and for me it has not worked, which is why I wasn't super hyped for this game. But it is finally with Three Houses where I think a lot of it really came together and they executed what they wanted to. Maybe it's because they had that full console power and they could do that instead of just like 3DS games. But I feel like they finally hit that. I think Wargroove is a great strategy game, but I just didn't love it as much as I should have for someone who loves those kind of isometric strategy games. I'm going to give this one to Fire Emblem, even though I think what makes Fire Emblem great isn't just the strategy elements. It's very much like the story and the characters, which is very much like a 50-50 split of the game. Like it's less a strategy game than it's ever been, but I still think people will give it a lot of love in that regard.
Yeah, I agree. Just the name value. That's why I was going to pick that one. So I'm Fire Emblem in the camp as well.
Fire Emblem.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go with Total War 3 Kingdoms. I have a couple buddies that have played this, and they've played most of the Total War games. And
Isn't RTS?
it's the Total War series are basically a combination of real-time strategy and turn-based. So you do the turn-based, but like the battles themselves are actually like real-time.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That sounds really interesting.
yeah, it's really unique, and I have a couple buddies that have said that this is the best one out of the entire series.
Is the turn-based stuff kind of like Civilization style gameplay?
Yeah.
That sounds fucking cool. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
man.
check this
Check
out.
this out for sure.
See if there's a Black Friday deal.
I have
$2.
yeah, I've played Medieval Total War. That one's really good, a little dated, and then Total War Rome 2. That one is just like these games have such deep like learning curves.
Yeah.
So you got to really invest
It's
time.
true.
Like I had to watch like a few YouTube videos
Yeah, watch some
just
tutorials.
to like yeah, exactly.
Don't bother learning it
Get some
yourself.
basic like strategy like tips, but it's
Mhm.
they're great games if you're able to like learn the
Good
deep
pick.
cut strategies.
Hey. Yeah, Rome Total War and or War
War Total Rome.
Total War.
Total Warm.
All those Total War games are absolutely fantastic. I could never really get into them. I tried, but I just got everyone killed.
That's a strange thing.
So,
Yikes.
Yeah.
but that being said, like they're popular. Creative Assembly is a fantastic team. Anno 1800. I know they have like their own kind of following, but it's never been a Ubisoft game that I've invested time into.
Fucking weird Anno people.
Yeah, Fire Emblem, awesome franchise. Tropica 6. Tropico. I think I'm gonna go with Tropico because they have a pretty good following and is a very popular franchise for strategy games. So
They're fun. I like them.
Go check out my Wargroove review, by the way.
There you go.
Speaking of
Cheap plug.
Total Warm, I'm getting a little warm in here.
it's fucking
Fuck-
roasty
well,
toasty.
Fuck you guys.
Are you guys? I'm still cold.
Are you?
Well,
Do my
Give
My
him
feet
your
are very
Eskimo
cold.
jacket. Best sports / racing game: Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, Dirt Rally 2.0, eFootball Pro Evolution Soccer 2020,
what a name.
F1 2019, and FIFA 20. I'm gonna give it to FIFA 20.
No Blitz, the league in here.
Not yet.
Travis, you're giving it to FIFA 20. As for myself, so I'm gonna give this one to CTR as my personal pick. CTR actually, I never even played the original until earlier this year, so it's hard to say if I really attribute it all to this new one, even though I have played the remaster, whatever you want to call it, quite a bit. I just fucking love CTR. It's like very different than Mario Kart, but it's still a kart racer, and so I'm really glad that I have in my repertoire. As for these other ones, I don't know, like in terms of buzz between them. So I would just be, I do like Dirt, obviously, but I haven't even, like, I don't know. If I look at these other sports games, I don't know anything about them. Like, I don't know if people have been talking about FIFA or talking about F1. Just not my circles, obviously. So I'm just gonna double down on CTR just because I love it so much. So that's gonna be my prediction and my personal pick.
Right on. Yeah, FIFA 20 it had a lot of cool, interesting features they introduced, but it is so incredibly filled with bugs, especially like at
yikes.
release. So that's not a good sign.
Less than WWE.
So probably less. Yeah, there's
Fucking 2K.
yeah. So
those video compilations are great.
I want to go between Dirt and F1. This is just like a flip of the coin. I haven't played any of
You
the
have
other
a coin
ones,
on you?
but it said Dirt. So I'm
Said
gonna go
Dirt.
Dirt Rally 2.
That's what
Point.
it said. It just said dirt, not heads or tails.
It said Dirt. Yeah. No, I just flipped Dirt.
The dirt out
in
of
my-
Travis's eye just went to your coin.
Please.
Why are you looking at me like that, Taylor? You're making me nervous.
He's gonna kill you.
No. What is F1?
It's a racing game.
Formula 1. It's like
NASCAR.
very popular in Europe and stuff.
Would you recommend it?
I don't know. I've never played it, but do you want to know what an F1 vehicle looks like?
You
Very
can
speedy.
you can show me as I make my pick. Dirt. I'm gonna go with Dirt because Dylan, I feel like you praise Dirt, don't you? Or is that another game?
I do, but I don't like the rally games as much because those ones are you're on your own track by yourself.
Oh.
Whereas I like racing against people and knocking them off the course and whatnot. So I'm more about the regular dirt games, not the dirt rally so much.
Not the
But
dirt
I did play
rally.
like the first dirt rally earlier this year because it was like free because
Mm.
they like delisted it and shit, and it was like a whole fiasco. But anyway, I got it for free and played it, and it's fun. But I prefer the racing games where you can knock people off the track and
Knock them off the
cause
track.
some chaos.
You know what? I'm gonna
Burnout
go with
Paradise.
F1 2019 then because Kirklin showed me a picture of an F1
Look at
and
that thing.
you're knocking people off the tracks in those.
Are you? I feel like those are you kind of respect. Anyway, next category.
Best multiplayer game: Apex Legends, Borderlands 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Tetris 99, and Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Part 2.
T99 on there. That's pretty awesome.
Kirk-
That's
what's your
pretty
pick?
awesome.
All right, I wasn't ready, but I guess I'll just go. I'm gonna go with a Call of Duty game, which is called
Oh.
Modern Warfare.
I love it.
Let's do it. But you know why? Because never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Infinity War / Activision in brackets.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go for the off the wall pick, and I'm gonna pick Tetris. I
Yeah,
feel
you are.
like that game really just elicited like that was such a surprise for people, and they're like, "Holy shit, this is a great idea!" And then since it's like free if you have Nintendo Online, everyone gets a chance to play it, and it's just fun. I think it kind of rejuvenated some love in Tetris, which I mean, it's not like Tetris love never went anywhere, but even myself, who I much prefer Dr. Mario, I've had a lot of fun playing Tetris 99, so I'm gonna go with that one.
Wrong guy to show.
I don't know how Division 2 is actually on this list. It's
Bayonetta Games.
Random Games. It's very interesting. I would like to get Division 2. It's $19 for Black Friday.
Respectable.
Yeah, down from 79.
That's a solid cut.
It's a big cut, a
Yeah.
deep cut. Like they're bleeding out.
Lacerated.
I'm gonna go with Call of Duty. I just find that, when I put on the game, I could do the single player stuff, and it's not like I don't want to. I want to do the single player stuff, but it's like, you know what? I'm gonna do the multiplayer. I just want to. I get some great conversations with people.
You're not wrong.
And I get a lot of insults directed towards me, but it's good. It reminds me of the good old days.
It's true.
I'll go COD as well.
do
Fresh indie game presented by Subway.
By Subway.
Yeah.
Zaw / the for disc.
I hate that. Like, great Jeff Keighley. You need to get some sponsors. You need to make some money. But why you gotta fucking throw this Subway one on my indie games? My precious indie games. Why you gotta do them like that?
Just throw
I
it.
Your
prefer
nasty
Quiznos.
fucking
People
Subway
are
gonna
burger.
care.
If this was fresh Quiznos sub, hell yeah. But
Yeah,
fuck this,
brother. Let's
fuck
go.
this Subway thing. I don't like
Disco Elysium, Criss Crass,
it. Grease.
Taking a bath.
Chris Kress, I was taking about
Grease.
it. Kirklin was picking up what I was putting down. Splish splash, I was taking about entertainment for my friend Pedro. The Outer Wilds, Slay the Spire, Untitled Goose Game. I'll give it to Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, as for myself, like this, obviously my personal pick is Outer Wilds because that game is fantastic. But I think if you look at debut indie game in terms of making a splash on the scene, you got to give it to Goose Game because everyone in the fucking world was talking about this game, and it's not like this is the first. Like obviously there hasn't really been a game where you play as a goose, but you have like your goat simulators, you have your I Am Breads, you have these weird ass off the wall games, but they kind of just seem like maybe they're kind of fun on Twitch for a week or two. But I feel like Goose Game really just. I mean, here it's in the fucking Game Awards. Like that's how big of a kind of thing it was. So I feel like that's quite the way to splash onto the scene as an indie studio. So I'm gonna give that one to Goose Game.
I'm gonna go house with this one, which is Untitled Goose Game.
House.
Feels the freshest of them all.
Look
Oh,
at that.
hey, bro.
Yeah, look at that.
Hello, fellow kids.
I'm gonna drop a Hoos for Untitled Goose Game.
Dude, you're a rapper.
Just
I respect
Untitled
that.
Goose. Just
It's getting late in the night.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell.
Do we need to go over these ones? I think Dylan, you're giving.
What are they?
I'm gonna throw
it's
Ewok out here.
Yeah, I would say Ewok too, but it's content
Shout out
creator.
to Ewok.
Who
The
the
rest
fuck
are
is
all
that?
esports.
Yeah,
and I got nothing.
the thing with
bad.
esport, Ewok's like a 14-year-old like Fortnite player, and she won like millions of dollars or something.
Perfect.
Who is that? Ewok?
Yeah.
Ewok.
This is my pick.
Yeah. As for I'll tell you one thing. For the content creator of the year, like, I'm just little old me just kind of browsing around on Twitter. This fucking Courage guy constantly pops up with the most everything he writes. I feel like just bothers me, so I blocked him. So he's definitely my not pick of the year.
Ooh.
I don't know who he is. Don't know what he does, but he just bothers me. Go ahead, Taylor. You have something.
I am related to family that their last names are Dunlop. And another thing.
That doesn't mean that you're related to
so
Courage.
Ewok, her real first name is Soleil. Her name is that's her real first name.
I don't know why you're asking me.
Her name. Okay, I'm just thinking that is badass. Her name is Sun in French.
Well, okay.
S-U-N, the sun in the sky.
Yeah.
I think everyone knows what Cirque du Soleil is, and therefore knows that Soleil is French for sun. Thanks, Taylor. Esports stuff. I don't know. I like my esports, but I really only watch Smash and CS, which Smash doesn't get in here for esports stuff, and so I'd vote for CS. The one thing I'll say is best host. I think he was in there last year as well. Machine. He hosts mostly CS events, but he also does some Dota stuff. He's just fantastic in terms of charisma, in terms of having deep game knowledge, in terms of bringing all the other analysts in. He's fucking fantastic at his job.
He's a machine.
He's a fucking machine. So I hope he wins because he's just a great dude.
Content creator of the year. My vote. I'm just gonna go with Shroud because that's the only one I know. Shout out to
I'm
Shroud.
not writing any of these down. by the way.
These aren't counting. We're uneducated. All right, that's everything for the Video Game Awards. Like we said, we'll be doing a watch along, so tune to that. We'll talk about the winners, surprises, all that, the whole shebang. So, anything else to add on the Game Awards?
No, I think we kind of covered it. I'm excited. It's going to be fun. There should be some good game announcements.
Do you think?
Hopefully.
And what's that?
Do you think there'll be like a good meme like that comes out of it? Like something fucks
100%.
up. Yeah. Okay.
There
I'm
usually
hoping.
is, yeah. Whether it's like that weird developer guy that was up and saying some weird
Yeah.
shit, or it's like the whose boat. It's like there's always some good shit. So I'm
What
excited.
is it, Feige?
And I'm so excited to see who the Smash character is. I hope that is the case, and we find out there. I mean, Nintendo did pay for that Ultimate Alliance slot last year, so I could easily see them dropping that Smash, like right after or before Family Game, right?
Mhm.
Tied in there.
That'd be
put the
perfect.
ad right there.
Mhm.
So
That's
And then they
smart.
win Family Game.
that'd be sick.
Taylor, you ready to
Where do they
talk
find us,
some
bro?
movie and TV news
Oh
quickly?
wait, we're not done.
Oh shit, yeah.
We're just going to rapid fire this. So, how do you feel about King Kong and Godzilla being delayed? We'll rapid fire that.
You know, Travis, I'm pretty upset.
Mhm. Tell me why, Taylor. How does that make you feel?
Well, I was on my computer.
Looking at
And-
porn.
I was looking at something.
Batman porn.
He had 30 minutes to kill,
Travis's
so
hard
he's
drive.
definitely somewhere.
Yeah, 30 minutes to kill.
Well, I saw the article and I was like, okay, maybe I'll
What
share
article?
this
Oh, okay.
to Geek first. But I thought, no,
BuzzFeed.
I should probably get my sources right. And Travis says if it's real, it's on Heroic Hollywood, right?
Not all. Well, yeah, they're pretty good at reporting news. But
So
yeah.
that's my go-to now. So wow. I usually will think, okay, if I want to know if something's true or not, I'll go onto Twitter. I'll go to Heroic Hollywood, and then I saw, okay, well they posted that it's true on there, so it must be true. And so then I posted on the Geek first, and I didn't expect it to get such a huge kind of
Yeah, people are bummed.
rate of return.
Where were those people for Godzilla King
Rate
of
of
Monsters?
return? Did you just
Rate
say?
of return.
How is that relevant?
Where were those people for Godzilla King of Monsters when it bombed?
Well, they were there.
Okay.
They were always there, Travis.
I don't want to say the movie bombed,
It
really.
bombed. If you lose money for a studio, that's a bomb.
Well, I'm just
What
glad that
now,
I'm just glad that
fanboy?
you know it bombed, but they're still pumping out a sequel, so
They were
it had
making the
success
sequel
in its
before
own
the other
way.
one came out.
Yeah.
That doesn't stop
The
people
truth
from like
comes
cutting
out
a movie in the
eventually.
past, right?
It does when you've spent that amount of money.
Okay.
Because they thought Godzilla 2 was going to be a big hit, and then it wasn't. And they're like, fuck,
I'm
we're
just
making
gonna-
Godzilla
It's funny.
versus King
It's
Kong
funny.
I'm just
right
go
now.
for
I
it.
totally forgot that movie even came out, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch for Golden Geeks because you request that.
It's my request. Yeah, I'm gonna say right now, Godzilla King of the Monsters. I should go watch it tonight. It was a fucking amazing movie. You know, I could
should
like
go watch
the
tonight.
score for Godzilla
Okay,
King of
I
the
don't wanna full
Monsters
review that
is
one.
so good.
You
And-
checked on the channel.
Hey Taylor, Toy Story 3 is free on Xbox Games with Gold. You should download that
I
shit.
told them
Yeah,
to.
I'm gonna download that. And Jurassic World Evolution is free. And
Back
you
to
already
King of
have that
Monsters.
game.
Castlevania, I do. I paid fucking full price for it.
You're pissed.
But yeah, no, it's woo, and I think that it's upsetting. But you know, I can wait. It's like another 8 months, which is they're saying it's 8 months more from its release, but it's a full fucking year from right now. That's a long time. So I don't know where this 8th month bullshit is
I
coming
read
from.
7 on our page.
It's definitely not 7.
Okay, then.
Maybe it is
False
7.
advertisement.
It is 7.
Oh, I posted that.
Oh fuck, he's got the mask on. I didn't even see that.
It's very unfortunate.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just
don't you
choked.
think the quality's gonna go up?
It depends, because
Can't
what
get
if
any
they
lower,
what
right?
if they what if they delay it one more time and then they just don't release the film? What if it goes straight to DVD?
That's your whole thing. Remember, just can the movie, can the game. It'll come out at some point and lose its money.
Was that my whole thing?
But you've been on that kick for a while. If there's problems with something, just get rid of it. Not even try to fix it. I think it will be better for it.
Yikes.
The thing that's tough is this is the same guy that directed the Death Note movie.
Uh-oh.
So that's not great. I think November's a better slot than springtime, because springtime, when did Godzilla come out? Summerish, right? This last one?
It was warm out.
Yeah, so okay, thank you, sir, for that information. So it did not do well there. Summer is stacked in 2020, so I think November might do better. Only time will help. I think they're just very worried. They lost money in Godzilla King of Monsters, and I think it's just something to show that I just think people are not into monster movies right now. I know monsters. I know Taylor. I know Taylor is, and his like 36 other people that supported him. But
That's a lot of people.
I got the numbers backing me.
well, the movie didn't, unfortunately. So I
Ew.
think they're just trying to buy their time and find a way to promote it more, market it, get a better movie. But
Crossover with the
When was
Mummy.
it supposed to drop? Sorry.
it's supposed to drop in March.
And when is it now dropping?
November.
So much colder.
November's a kind of a
It's
better.
gonna drop for my birthday.
Kind of a
I
better
think
movie
it's-
slot,
Yeah, I
right?
think it's much better. So you'll be competing with Venom 2. So
Venom.
Get that
Oh,
Venom.
there's gonna be
Got
carnage
that
that
Zilla
month.
Zilla. Don't talk about that movie. What do you guys think about Godzilla? Obviously, you guys haven't seen the.
I have
second
no
one.
thoughts to share.
Yeah.
I agree with Dylan.
Okay, I'm gonna rapid fire. There's a bunch of DC news. This is our last topic of the day.
Let's go.
Let's start off. As of right now, no plans to release the Snyder Cut on theaters, HBO Max.
Get fucked, DC nerds. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, Greg.
No opinion.
Okay. Nice rapid fire. There has been talks and meetings with JJ Abrams to direct a new Superman. Michael B. Jordan pitched a version of the character, but they are saying that he might be too busy to actually play the character, but it's not out of the question. What do you think about JJ directing a Superman movie, and what do you think about Michael B. Jordan potentially starring in it?
JJ Abrams can do no evil, and this should happen
I
for
agree.
the good
I think
of mankind and DC universe. As a
What about Michael B. Jordan?
Well, it's kind of weird. He like pitched an idea and then he's not doing it. Like, it sounds like super fucking weird.
He pitched
That
it,
doesn't
and
make any
the,
sense to me. I
the
don't know what
ru-
that means.
the rumor is we won't get a film till 2023, and his schedule's kind of full, so that's why it's
Is
like.
it supposed to be that he pitched an idea where he plays Superman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he directs and writes.
No, he's not pulling a Tommy Wiseau. But so
Wiseau.
it probably won't happen, but it's in play potentially.
Cool.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm always down JJ Abrams. I like the stuff that he puts out there, and I think a good quality Superman movie is needed in a time like this.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes, I agree.
I think if you put all three J's together, you got something.
Michael B. Jordan. Okay, I
Okay.
guess. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I don't know, obviously, what's going to happen with episode 9. Hopefully, that's great. I think it's going to be Trustin JJ. I just think he has the right vibe, the vision. Force Awakens, Star Trek, Super 8. I just
He's got
feel,
the gusto, right?
yeah, he just has a sense of, his films have a sense of hope and wonder, and I think that's exactly what Superman needs.
Those are his daughter's names.
That's great. And I
Hope and
think Michael B. Jordan is a top 5 actor right now, and anyone would be welcome. Of course, I'd like Henry Cavill to come back, but I'd love it, 1, because he's a great actor, and 2, the internet would lose its shit as always, even though there's been a black Superman, and Superman's an alien, so it doesn't matter what color the skin is. People are already mad about, so that's why I hope it happens. But either way, I hope the JJ thing happens. Michael B. Jordan, there's lots of great actors that could play Superman. JJ, I think, brings the right thing. People keep asking him, and he just says, oh, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't trust that for as far as I could throw him, and I can throw him not that far because he has lots of abs under the shirt when you take it off. So, but I think he's focused on Skywalker, and if you've known the backstage stuff, Warner bought his company or they have a partnership for $500 million, so they want JJ Abrams doing something special. So
That bad robot.
what? Bad robot.
Evil robot.
What was it? Birds of Prey and James Gunn's Suicide Squad are expected to be rated R.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Mhm.
I'm glad I'm an R-rated individual.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm of age, so fucking rules.
Bring it.
It cuts out like the noisy like babies that are in my theater, so I'm
Oh
happy
man,
about
noisy
that.
babies are the worst.
No Lego 2 scenarios, I can tell you that.
The Flash with Ezra Miller and the Aquaman spin-off The Trench is still a go. I don't know why they're doing The Trench.
I'm so stoked for this Trench movie.
Wait, did you say the
Oh,
Flash
yeah.
2?
The Flash, I don't think I did. Maybe I meant 2 like T-O-O.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with Ezra Miller is still happening. Dylan, you love Ezra Miller as the Flash.
Nope, didn't like it at all.
That's not what I've heard. Briggs texted me and said you loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
You want me to go?
Liar.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I think this is cool, and I'm excited for it if it happens and when it happens.
I loved Ezra Miller as the Flash. I just love the name Ezra, but I think it's gonna be awesome. I think he's gonna be superb as this character. And
Oh, right.
Ezra will be?
yeah,
You've seen it. So why are you saying you think he'd be super?
You
You're already supporting
vanquished
him.
that movie from your mind.
that was a
Superman.
long time ago. But no,
Not
I
long
think he's just gonna be able to really grow into the role more solo.
Really grow into it.
And just with the Trench backing that, I think it's just gonna be
Trench?
fantastic.
I don't know why they're doing The Trench. I just hope they keep it low budget. The radar thing I didn't say. I think that's a good idea. Just don't make them radar for the sake of being radar. Ezra Miller is never going to play the Flash again. That's my prediction. I don't think it's going to happen. Because right now...
He's busy with Fantastic Beasts.
yeah, good pick. Right now, Andy Muschietti is supposed to direct The Flash. Who did It and It Chapter 2. So I'm a little wonky on that after Chapter 2.
We've been burned.
Yeah, but and then the final one is DC is looking to produce exclusive DC films for their HBO Max. Is that a good idea or
Films?
Yeah, films.
Specifically films.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting
Yeah,
because I feel like that's where you do the TV stuff.
because they're doing a Green Lantern TV show.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like that is a spot where they could get creative with it, like kind of how they got creative with Joker, right? And they tried something different, tried something new.
Yeah.
That could be where they have even more experimental ideas,
Mhm.
right? They could try that stuff out there possibly, and then who knows, weave it into more theater-based movies later.
I think
It's an
they should
interesting idea.
they should do
yeah,
a
I don't
weird
know.
fourth wall breaking one where they get Jared Leto back and it's him like trying to convince the Warner Brother executives he should play Joker again. It
They should
turns
have
in-
all the Jokers versus all the Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man.
the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, including
So who do we
Fergus
got?
Patzer.
We got Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, and Tobey Maguire versus Jack Nicholson, Jared Leto, and Joaquin Phoenix.
Wouldn't that'd be a sick battle. Do you
That'd
guys
be pretty
agree?
good. Who do you? I picked the DC boys because Jared Leto. You don't know what he has cooking on. I just feel like he has
Yeah.
diseases. Not like I'm not
No,
saying
a lot
that.
like biological warfare for sure.
Yeah, like I mean, like he has a suitcase of the worst diseases he could throw at you and everything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Jared
yeah.
Leto's a weird guy.
Very strange guy.
Yeah, but Jack is a one hit and done. He's old.
yep, it's very true.
But
Mhm.
then there's Tobey Maguire.
Right,
That's
the
pretty
eternal
good.
wild card.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He's
He-
known for beating down old people. So
Indoors.
Yeah.
indoors.
Kirkland? Or are you just throwing it to Taylor?
I feel like I need to think about that one more,
Ta-
so I'm
Taylor?
not gonna give an opinion.
So DC is going to do their movies onto HBO Max.
They're looking into it right now,
So-
possibly doing some exclusive films.
Wait, what about their
Yes.
DC streaming service?
I was gonna
That's still a thing?
say, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Even then, they announced like Doom Patrol is going to be on them both. I think eventually they're just going to fold the DC Universe app into the HBO Max and just like
That's
have
a
it
good
as
idea.
have it as a tab.
That's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
That's good because Disney just did it themselves and made their own thing, and DC's like, we're gonna make our own thing and do something on another thing, and then migrate into one later on. Is what you're saying? When that's
a theory.
just-
Yeah.
It's a theory.
I
It's a
guess,
good theory, I
or
think.
if there's people that do just want to play a lower amount for just DC stuff, right? Like if they're that big of fans.
$2-3 a month, $1
Yeah.
a month.
They've
You know,
never
it's-
released what their finances are, so I don't know how successful Universe is or isn't. But they're still making shows. I'm excited. The Harley Quinn animated show premieres tonight.
It's
so cool.
it's in my view of thinking, you'd want to keep all your action figures under one roof. You don't want to. I don't want to leave some action figures here.
So do you mean for their apps, or do you mean they shouldn't be doing films at all in the app? Like
I don't
any
think
app?
I don't. Oh, if they can get away and they can get HBO to channel more money into someone's pulling on my cord.
I apologize.
If they can get HBO to channel more money into their projects, then that would be good.
That fucking hat, dude. Just doing
Yeah.
weird.
What's up, fellow kids?
You took Dylan's joke.
I was
10 minutes has passed.
rehearsing it.
We're allowed to
Um,
reuse jokes after 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's in
Yeah.
our contract.
I think if they get if they get more money and they can make the quality of the shows better through HBO Max, then go for it. And they should just scrub their
Scrub their dishes.
their streaming
Just
platform.
see, get rid of what was it? Get rid of Godzilla.
Yeah, if it's not
get
working,
rid of
just
the app.
fucking scrub it.
just
Scrub
scrub
it
it.
clean, baby.
Kirkland, you said you needed some more time to think.
Well, originally I thought you were talking about the Joker versus Spider-Man
Holy
battle, so I'm like, I gotta think
My
about
heart
that.
Stopped.
What are you talking about?
Phone rolled down. It's like, oh, the phone.
It's got an otter
You
box.
can comment on both things.
Yeah, I'm not gonna comment on the Joker v Spider-Man
Fuck
battle.
you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's definitely I you might have told me about the DC streaming app and I just totally forgot about it. It's an interesting thought to only have the movies on the HBO Max, and then like would the TV shows be separate? I'm a
I
little
don't know what
confused.
you're laying down right now. No, so
Okay.
the HBO Max, they would have DC TV shows and movies. They
Okay.
just don't have like the DC universe has the old movies, but they don't have an exclusive movie. So it's like, let's say Disney announced Blade is going to be exclusive Disney Plus. That's what they're kind of talking about here, playing with the idea of like, what if this wouldn't happen, but Robert Pattinson's Batman is HBO Max exclusive.
Oh,
That's what they're talking about, doing some big properties for
That'd
DC.
be a big seller.
I mean,
that would
yeah,
be.
like
That'd be huge.
business-wise, I feel that benefiting them a lot because if you're interested in that sort of thing, you'd have to go to HBO Max, right?
Mhm.
And then
At least try it for a month, you know.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to get
Get
it for
that
the
trial.
podcast.
no, exactly. So I don't know. I'm pretty indifferent. I'm not the biggest fan of where DC is right now and kind of what's coming
Really?
out for it. I don't know. I'm not itching for more. Like for what I've heard of what's coming out, like the Robert Pattinson stuff, I'm interested in. I'll definitely check it out. But if
Wonder
it
Woman
was
2 next year.
Wonder Woman 2, it's been. I feel like it came out so long ago that I kind of forgot about it at this point.
Mm.
So
You liked Joker?
I love Joker.
Yeah, so you know,
Yeah.
there's some stuff in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I might have to think about it more.
Did you ever see Shazam?
No, I heard it was terrible, and I don't want to see
I'm
it.
not gonna say terrible.
watched,
That's a little harsh.
well,
It's a clean
In
6
my
out of 10,
mind, I
let's be
thought it
honest.
was terrible because I watched the trailer and
In
it
my
didn't didn't
mind,
work. It
he
didn't
pulled
work
the
for me.
Taylor.
So
I
I think
didn't
if you
like it.
watch it, it might rekindle a little
I'm not
bit of
gonna.
spark.
I'm not gonna watch it.
The littlest of
I,
sparks.
I don't want
A
to watch
very
it.
tiny little splinter.
I'll just be super resistant to it. I don't want to watch it.
really.
I think it's a good idea. I think they need to hit a home run and pick a big character. You look at HBO Max; they're doing Friends on there, like Game of Thrones next series. I think they're
Oh.
rumored to be on there. So I
Spicy.
think it's not gonna be like, I don't know, Pluto or like Crypto, Superman's dog. I think it would be someone pretty big. Like I think Green Lantern TV show is big. I don't know what it'd be. I'm not gonna say Pattinson's Batman, but I don't know. I'm trying to think, but
Ezra Miller's Flash.
yeah, sure, do that. I think it has to be a big character or a big actor behind a big character. So
Get fucking Synthezu in there.
no, Synthesis
Oh
is
yeah,
not
I'm
happening.
pitching it for him. So you said Friends on HBO Max.
Yep.
So doesn't Disney have that?
Disney has Friends.
Or not Disney?
I think
Fuck!
Netflix.
Netflix,
It's
right?
done in the beginning of 2020. It's out of there.
Same
so
with The Office, I
Netflix
think, or
spent
2021.
so much money.
Oh yeah, it was
To get
it was
Friends.
for just another year. Yeah, they made a dumb play.
Are they fucked?
Oh yeah, that's why they'll be out of business. In the
Yeah,
next
but
10
dude,
years.
but Friends and The Office like sell Netflix. Let's
I
be
know,
real.
but just for a year though, I don't know. They should just let it go. The inevitability
I
was.
think the
gonna
only thing
happen.
I've watched on
Yeah.
Netflix in the last 6 months is The Office.
I mean, it's like if you had enough money, would you use that money to make build yourself your own amazing Tesla truck, or would you buy a Tesla truck for a year from Elon Musk?
I like the way you say Tesla.
The Tesla truck, I like that thing. I'll tell you that much.
Does JJ come with the truck if you build it your own?
If you build it your own, yeah, because doing it yourself is way better. But
Done
no,
deal.
Build it, they will come.
Netflix is gonna spend the money and just fucking have it for a
They
year.
like to spend money.
Oh, they love spending
It's
money.
not their
And
money though.
They're kind of about making money, but they like to spend money more than anything.
I like
Still,
that too.
I love it.
What are they? $3 billion, $6 billion in debt or something like that?
Not bad.
They
Not bad.
definitely have at least $1 billion.
You know what? We don't have
$1 billion.
$1 billion, but we have all you great.
We also don't
fans.
have debt, you know.
That's true. Not
That
yet.
is true.
Taylor's making some bad deals though.
Yeah, we're putting a few million.
No,
into
I'm
some
ki-
big
I'm not-
shit next year.
Buy the fucking Black Series figure, and the payoff will
not
be
that
so
again.
good.
He's already made
Taylor,
profit on it.
where can the loyal fans that we do have find us?
Loyal fans can find us. By the way, shoutouts to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, movie of the week that we keep forgetting.
We didn't forget
Just
it
shout
this
out.
week.
No.
At the very last minute of the
Yeah,
cast.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
Yep.
go watch it and find us in the search bar, Geek for Space Podcast on Facebook.
All the links are down below, video, audio. We thank you very much for tuning into this one. Go back and listen to other things, listen to everything we're going to do in the future. So thank you very much for tuning in. And when you hear from us next, it'll not be boring. See ya.
Bye.
Taylor's already in his car.
I'm out. I'm in my car. I need some food.
I'll let you eat, but